All right. 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 What is good? What is good? What is good? Beautiful people. Of course, you know who it is. Dr. Mike is back again, once again, with another classic live stream for you guys today. I appreciate you guys coming on with me. I know it's time check. We're doing Sunday evening in the United States. Time check is 8 p.m. over there in Central, 7 p.m. West Coast, 5 p.m. And then, of course, in the Philippines, we're looking at about 8 a.m. in the morning. And I just wanted to say that I appreciate all of you coming through and spending some time with the good doctor today. Now, without further ado, I do not wish to be before you long. So I'm going to go ahead and rip this one off like a band aid. And I'm just going to have a little bit of a confession moment between my people and myself. All right. Now, a lot of people often ask me, Dr. Mike, you always share, stories that you know about other expats or other foreigners, but very rarely do I hear you tell your own stories. And I'm like, I'm not one to complain, bitch, or moan. I mean, things happen. Things happen. All right. So I don't really like sharing too much about, my own personal life. But hey, in light of that, I felt like if you guys are really gonna connect with me, I feel like I'm gonna be honest with y'all. So today's story, I'm gonna tell you guys about how I once got scammed by a Filipina, and it almost made me resent all Filipinas for like the rest of my life. All right. So I want you guys to sit back, relax. I want you guys to grab your popcorn, whatever it may be, whatever you need to, enjoy the story. Yeah, I want you guys to prepare yourself for this one because I'm going to provide you some insight into the wonderful world of Dr. Mike TV. Okay. So I had been in the Philippines for probably about a year or so, right? So I'm just, acclimating myself to the culture, to the climate, and everything like that. You know, but I was still using online dating sites. Imagine that. Young brother in the Philippines still using online dating sites. I could meet women face to face if I wanted to, but I'm still using dating sites. All right. Ironically. Okay. But fill me out. In my opinion, I feel like online dating sites in the country made it easier for me to talk to women. I mean, when I meet them face to face, I have zero problem getting it in. All right. So that's not the problem. It's not like I have communication issues. I just felt like it was easier to talk to them online. Once I got the number, start texting, we set up a time to meet. It would just make it easier. Okay. So I ended up meeting a girl, right? Girl, oh my God, she was fine as hell, in my personal opinion. I thought she was mad cute, mad attractive. Okay. So about this, like I said, I had been in the Philippines for a year. I met this girl online, but the problem is she didn't live in my town. So let's say I live in Davao City. She was probably an hour outside of Davao City. So what did my dumbass do? I sent her money so that she can come see me in Davao City. Now, I want you to keep in mind that I had not been in Davao very long, didn't know my area too well outside of Davao City. So it was safer for me to send her money to come see me than for me to go over there and see her. At least that's what I thought. Okay. That's how I was feeling. That was my first ever mistake. Mistake number one, never, ever, ever send money to a Filipina if she's nowhere near you. You don't expect her to come see you. You have to go to her. All right. It's actually a risk for you to send money to anybody to come see you because maybe they'll come, maybe they won't. So lo and behold, guess what, guys? She ain't come. Okay. Didn't show up at all. So I'm texting her and I'm like, what happened to you? Are you okay? And everything like that. Simping. So I'm like, are you okay? Is everything all right? She's like, yeah. She's like, unfortunately, my grandmother passed away and I was unable to come. Bam. Got me right there. That's what happened. So she was like, oh, I need some money to help bury the family, help bury my grandmother. Bam. Got me right there. So I kept sending money. So I sent her money. All right. So I sent her money to take care of her family or take care of the burial. Come on, guys. Remember, I'm young now. Don't judge me too harshly. But I sent her money to do that. And again, me being young and dumb, I fucked up. Okay. So I sent her money to take care of the burial. And I put that in air quotes because I don't know who died or if anybody died at all. Okay. So I sent her money. And then it kept getting to the point where she kept asking for shit and asking for shit, but she never came. She never showed up to Davao at all, but she kept asking. So about the time that I caught on to what was going on, I was pissed. Dude, I was pissed to the highest level of pissivity. If anybody could be pisser than me, pisser than me at that moment, I was pissed. I was highly pissed once I finally caught on. So when I caught on, I'm a natural reactor to situations. So I blew up. I tried to call her. I was calling her all kinds of names and stuff. She wouldn't answer the phone. So I was sending her like text messages. I sent like 20, 30 text messages in a minute saying, fuck you, bitch. I can't believe you. Fuck you, you fucking whore. I was going off, guys, part of my language. But I'm just giving you the insight on my background. I was going off. That was my mistake number 2. How I reacted to the situation was my second mistake. That was the dumbest thing that I could have ever done. And I got out of pocket about it. And I realized how wrong I was by by the way that I reacted to that particular situation. But I guess anybody going through that particular situation, I kind of feel like you guys would react the exact same way. I mean, you would be upset. Maybe you wouldn't text her and call her all kinds of names and bees and whores and all that shit. Maybe you wouldn't go that far. But I did. Again, I was young. And I'm telling you, man, if I'm going to tell you the story, I'm going to give you the whole story. So I was calling her all kinds of names and sending her text messages and shit like that. But that was my second mistake, texting her the way that I did. Should have never did that. And I thought about it after a while, and I was really not cool with myself after that. But after that situation happened, over the next few months, I was just bitter. I was just mad. You know how girls get bitter. I was bitter, man, to an extent, man. I was getting in my feelings. How about that, man? Dr. Mike finally let somebody get to him. But the only way I get out of pocket is if people try to play with my money. And that's exactly what happened. So for the next few months, I was just bitter, man. Bitter to an extent. And I didn't share it with anybody, right? So imagine I went through this entire situation, but I ain't tell nobody, right? Nobody knew that I went through it. That was my mistake number 3. I didn't tell nobody, and I didn't talk about it with anybody. I probably wouldn't have been as bitter as I was if I would have talked to somebody about it. Okay. So that was my third mistake. I didn't talk about it to anybody. And during that time, during that period of me going through the motions and shit, I just wasn't treating people right. And it was like I blamed them. Mistake number 4. Every person that I interacted with, every female that I interacted with after I got into that particular situation, I was just mad at them. Like they were the ones who got me for my cash, or, I felt like I was blaming them. That was my mistake number 4. I was putting off of my negative energy onto other people. And that shit was just negative. It was just bad, bro. It was a bad moment. And again, this was a short period of time. I would say about 3 to 6 months. I was just going through the motions. I was pissed. I was just always angry, right? So, like I said, I was blaming other girls for a long time for that. I was blaming the girl, I should say. I was blaming the girl who got over on me, man. I was wishing bad things would happen to her, man. I was in a bad space because I'd never had this happen to me. So I was in a bad space. So I was wishing ill will to the lady and whatnot. And that's my mistake number 5. I was wishing bad things would happen to her. And that's not cool, guys. Okay. That is not cool at all. But I'm telling you, that's where my state was at the moment. I was like, man, fuck this bitch. How dare she try to get over on me? I was trying to be nice. I was trying to be helpful. And this bitch just took my kindness for weakness and took me for granted and shit like that. So I was mad. So basically, my mistake number 5 was I wished ill will on a person. And you should never do that. Whenever you're angry, again, you go through the motions. And I'm not one to shy away from it. I'm telling you the story as is. So I was mad as hell at her. I didn't want anything to do with bitches for a long time, for a long, long time. So wishing ill will on her was my mistake number 5 in the entire situation. But then after the week or so, or however long I was blaming her, then I started to blame myself. And the reason I was blaming myself was because shit like this don't happen to Dr. Mike, okay? I should know better. You understand? Before I even got to the country, I had my dad and my brother who had been living in the country who schooled me on the game, right? So I should know better. Nothing like this should have ever happened to me, ever. But it did. So that kind of put me in a bad space too. Like shit like this should never happen to Dr. Mike, but it did. Okay, so that kind of put me in a negative space too. Like, you allow somebody to, take advantage of you, and you had to take this L. All right. And let me tell you the reasons why this happened. I'm going to tell you the reasons why I know for a fact I got screwed over. Number one, I was blinded by the Punan. You guys remember the powerful Peanut Punan. You remember that. I did the video when I did the live stream. I invited you guys into it. I was blinded by it. She was a beautiful, in the picture that I saw, she was a beautiful girl. You know, she had a nice body, nice rack, you know, whatever it is that attracts you to a female, that's what it was for me. Okay, so whatever you're attracted to, a beautiful smile, nice butt, you know, nice fronts, you know, whatever it is, her skin tone or whatever it may be, whatever it is that attracts you to a female, that's what attracted me to the girl that I was sending money to. Of course, I was blinded by it. And then she hit me with some bullshit that I can't believe that I fell for. Guys, tell me how fucked up Dr. Mike is, okay? Let me tell you what Dr. Mike did. Dr. Mike actually believed that she was going to pay me back the money that she borrowed because she told me. Oh my God. I look at myself now and I want to slap my younger self because I'm like, how in the world? I've never known a chick to pay back any man for any money that she borrowed in the United States or anywhere in the entire world, let alone the Philippines. So that was how I started making my mistakes. I actually believed that the money that I sent to her, she was actually going to return back to me. So it was basically she kind of told me, "Oh, I just need to borrow money. I promise to pay it back." Ha, come on, Dr. Mike. You should know better than that, right? But I didn't. I was blinded by the Punan, and I actually believed that she would pay me back the money that she borrowed from me. So that's kind of how she got me. That's how she baited me in. And that was my mistake number 6. My mistake that happened after that mistake, after being blinded and all of the above. This was when I had my revelation. You know, and at the end of the day, I stopped blaming myself and I started looking at it as a live and learn situation. And you got to live, learn, and learn to let go. I was not willing to let go, guys. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you any lies. I wasn't willing to let go. And even to this day, talking about the entire situation with you guys, it kind of makes me feel a certain kind of way. But I'm better about it now because there was basically nothing that I could have done in the moment. You understand? There was nothing I could have done in the moment when it happened. You know, you gotta learn from your mistakes, guys. That's pretty much the best way to put it. You have got to learn from your mistakes. And that was the only way that I was able to get by, man. I talked about it with some people after a while, and then I started getting myself back on the right track. But during that period of time, I can almost tell you that I was about to swear off Filipinas for life. And I kind of feel like with me sharing this story, I kind of feel like a bunch of guys who are going through the same shit or a similar situation. I'm hoping this helps you. Because I mean, again, this particular live stream is more therapeutic for myself than it is for anybody else. You know, this is me just getting my story out there so that everybody knows Dr. Mike ain't perfect. Dr. Mike took an L. Everybody takes a loss, guys. Everybody takes a loss. You just got to live and learn. I don't know exactly what to tell you, but I know that there are guys out there that have been scammed by Filipinas and they just really, really can't stand them anymore. I know this and I know the feeling. What I'm trying to tell you is I can relate because I know exactly what the hell you probably going through. And because I can relate to you and relate to you and also your situation, I want you to understand that shit. I had to take an L. We all take L's sometimes. We just got to learn from the L's and keep it pushing. And I want you guys to keep it pushing. Again, I'll tell you time and time again, Philippines is not for everybody. All right, it's not for everybody. And I know plenty of guys that have made mistakes when they were dealing with women and they had to learn. They had to learn. They picked up the pieces, whatever it may be, and they went on about their business. All right. They went on about their business and finally they were able to get over the situation. I extremely hope so. So for you guys in the chat today, I haven't gotten to the chat yet, guys. I'm sorry, but I want you guys to share your story. All right. I shared mine. So please feel free to share yours. If you've ever been in a situation that has made you feel a certain kind of way about any group of women, it doesn't necessarily have to deal with Filipinas in general. But if you've ever been put in a situation where you've been taken advantage of or scammed in any way, shape, or form, share your story. I shared mine so that you guys know the mistakes that I made along the way and how you can, you know, prevent yourself from making those exact same mistakes that I did throughout the entire process of, you know, feeling like I was taken advantage of by a female. All right. So also I want you guys to understand that this is a therapeutic moment. We're gonna have a session, guys. I want you to get it out of your system. If you have this bitterness that you're holding in, this animosity, whatever you got going on in your life right now, I want you to let it out. Let it out in the chat, man. Tell me your story. Because you know what else you're going to do? I don't know if you guys know this, but when you share your story, you're helping other people along the way. And there's no better feeling in the world than being able to help other people who go through in situations that you may have gone through. All right. I'm not perfect. I just want you to know Dr. Mike is not perfect. I took an L. Like I said, it wasn't a big one, but at the time it felt like I lost a fortune, because I'll never get that money back. And then I thought about all of the things that I could have done with the money that I spent or the money that I gave away, basically. And then, it kills me sometimes. But ultimately, what I've learned now, the way that I process my mind and train my way of thinking in this particular moment in time, the way that I think now is whatever that woman used that money for could have been for what she asked for it for, maybe not. But that's not my problem. When I gave her the money, I gave it to her for a reason that she asked for. I was giving it out of the kindness of my heart, and I was giving it, for her to be able to take care of something that she told me she needed help with, correct? So, how you use the money once it's out of my hands and in yours is up to you. And I'm going to let go and let God, man. That's the best way I say it. This ain't no spiritual thing, don't get me wrong, but that's the way I have to think about it. I got to let go and I got to let God, man. Only God knows, man, where she's at now. Only God knows what she's going through right now. Only God knows, what she's doing right now. I don't know. I've never had contact with her ever again after that. And why would I need to? To me, it's just going to stir up, negative energy, and I don't need that. So I have forgiven, but I've never forgotten. Remember that. You can always forgive, but nobody said you have to forget. So with that being said, I keep people like that at arm's length. And I think that's the best way to go about it in life. All right. So I appreciate you guys listening to my story. I hope that in one way or another, this helps you. I'm definitely going to get to the chat here in a minute, guys. So I'm probably super far behind, but don't kill your boy if I am. So, guys, if you got a story, share it, because I want you to be able to help somebody else from making the exact same mistakes. Like I said, my first mistake was sending money to a lady to come visit me in my city instead of going to her city. Now, sometimes making that mistake could be a little bit dangerous. You just have to, think accordingly. Or what I would do now in this situation, had I learned from it before, I would say, you know what, baby, all you got to do is get here, and I'll take care of you while you're here. I'll make sure you have money to go home. And if you borrow from a family member, if you borrow from a cousin or whoever, if you took a damn loan out for you to get here, I'll give you the money, to pay for your loan or whatever you took to get here. But I ain't sending no more money. You understand? Never send money. That was my biggest mistake. And then, of course, dealing with online and shit like that. But okay, guys, I see we got 25 individuals watching. Thank you guys for listening to the story. By all means, you already know, IPA shirts are available, linked in the description area below. What else do we got? If you guys want to support the channel, you already know how to do so. But of course, the good doctor is happy that you come through and spend even just a little bit of your time with him today. I'm normally not a Sunday night kind of streamer, but I had this on my mind. I was going through the motions, and I just wanted to share it with you guys because I felt like this would be more of a therapeutic thing for myself, and it would also be a little bit of a therapeutic session for you guys as well. You got a shoulder to cry on, baby. Just go ahead and let me feel you. Let me feel where you're coming from. All right. So I see my man, Mr. Wonderful, in the building. What's going on, family? Appreciate you coming through and showing some love. My man, Anti-Gravity 74. Thank you. Appreciate you coming through and spending some time with the good doctor. My man, Jeffrey G. Sorry about that. Appreciate you coming through. My man, World Traveler, Mike Check 1212. Appreciate you coming through and spending some time with the good doctor today. My man, Jeffrey G says this sounded like it was gonna get deep, and it got as deep as I possibly could with it, man. And I got it out. It felt good to talk about it. So, hey, man, I hope you guys learn from the story. I'm gonna get to the chat, so if I'm late, I apologize. My man Rain, man, what's going on with your family? Yes, Milk Dub Robust in the building. My man MJ being a place to be. Appreciate you coming through and spending some time, family. I know you got your stream going on, my brother. So if you guys want to go check out my man Malcolm's stream over there, he's over there doing the reaction to the 90 Day Fiance. So I appreciate you coming through and showing some love, my brother. Thank you very much. Fred Funky Town, appreciate you coming through, man. Always. Miss Christine, buenos dias. Appreciate you coming through and spending some time. I didn't know Go had a sister, but thank you for coming through. Yeah. Actually, Go sister, tell your brother that I was over at his stream the other day because he did invite me and I don't want him to throw a tantrum. But the thing is, whenever you invite me to a live stream, for some reason, I can't click the link and I can't go on. So if I'm ever going to join a live stream, I actually have to get the link in the email. So that's just the quick FYI for your brother over there. Gene Diggs, what's going on, family? He said, you live and learn, young blood. Oh, yes. Gene, that was a heartbreaking moment, my brother. That was probably one of the most heartbreaking moments of my whole entire life because that shit just don't happen to me. Go, sister, I called her more than a hoe, man. I called her all kinds of bitches and all kinds of shit, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. I went straight to it. And Rain, man, yes, I was young, dumb, and broke. How about that? I was beyond broke, but I'm over here spending money like it's no problem. I mean, again, it's a live and learn, but at the moment, I'm telling you, when you going through it in the moment, everything seems like it's going to shit because that stuff just don't happen. That's all it is for me. A year later, it wasn't a year later, I had my epiphany. It took me about, like I said, I think I sent money 3 or 4 times before I had my epiphany that this shit ain't, this shit is not working out. I didn't find Robust a year later. I found Robust probably 2 or 3 years ago. For sure. Bro, she was not a dude, actually. Let me clarify. Yes, it may have just been a picture, but I did have conversations with a female on the phone. Who it was, I don't know. Okay, I have no idea, but it was a chick. It was a chick with a chick voice, man. It wasn't. It did not sound like a guy. So let's pray that it wasn't. But if it was, thank God I never did see it. All right. So go sister said it happened a lot to Frankie, man. Leave Frankie alone, man. He's a good dude. Oh man, he got catfish like he was Manny Teo. Leave Manny Teo alone, man. I took an L, man. I'll take my L and I'm good to go. If I knew voodoo, man, I probably would have put a voodoo curse on that chick. Rain, man, I'm telling you no lies. If I knew how to make a girl feel a certain kind of way, I would. Cause when I'm going through some shit, like in my bitchiness moments back in the day, man, I'm telling you, man, I was really emotional because I was mad. Nobody takes money from Dr. Mike TV. That's the only thing that will get me out of pocket if somebody tries to play with my money. Now, I'll tell you right now, that's the only thing that'll get me in a space where I'm not really happy. All right. So, you know, in that moment, I probably would have tried to put a voodoo curse on her if I knew what I was doing. But man, but yeah, I wished a lot of bad things on her. Hey man, world traveler, don't start no shit, man. It could have been anything, man. I'm glad that it's over. So I'm glad that I could talk about it and get it out the way, but it could have been anything. Could have been lady, could have been lady boy, but it sounded like a chick. So yeah, that's a live and learn situation. I'm good with my current situation, so I'm straight. But I'm telling you, back then, couldn't tell me shit, bro. Fed up. What's going on, family? Appreciate you coming through. I did not see the news on that, Miss Christine, but I will definitely Google that later. Rain Man, I probably did pray the Jobu. I love that movie, by the way. That was a great movie. But I probably would have said all kinds of things to get that girl to feel the way that I felt, man. And I don't know many guys that wouldn't go through the motions like that. And that was just me, guys. I mean, considering I'm like 19, shit, man. You couldn't tell me shit at 19. I was killing them. I was killing it. I was bad though, because I was good until I met her, and then I got all fucked up, man. It was bad. Captain Spaulding, yes, I feel like all of us have been there at least one time or another, but I had to tell my story because a lot of people never heard my story. You know, I tell a lot of stories from a lot of guys that go through a lot of different things, and I will probably get into a couple of those stories a little bit later on as the stream goes on. But yeah, it was a no-go for me, man. It was a bad one. It was a bad one, but you got to realize how young I was. So I was reacting like a young person would react. And that was pretty much how it all went down for me, man. It was crazy. Yeah, anti-gravity shit does happen, my brother. And it got me. It got me, man. Everybody's asking, are you sure it wasn't a girl, not a lady boy, man? Your guess is as good as mine, okay? I couldn't tell you. I talked to her on the phone quite a few times. It didn't sound like no chick. It didn't sound like, I'm sorry, it didn't sound like no dude, so I couldn't tell you, man. Yeah, you're right, Fed Up. I did read that news. I did read that news. World Traveler said, blinded by the beauty and the bootyloo. Got me, man. All the time. All the time. It'll get you every single time. Every single time. I was blinded by the booty and the bootyloo, man. He got me, bro. And I'm telling you, it's the funniest thing ever. Like I told you, man, I was blinded, number one, and I actually believed. Tell me how fucked up this is. I actually believed that I was gonna get my money back. I'd have slapped the shit out of myself. If I could slap my 19-year-old self right now with a backhand and a front hand, I would. Cause who in the right mind actually believes that? You know, that was kind of the motion I was going through, man. I actually believed it, man. I can't believe myself now. Talking about it makes me laugh, but that is exactly what happened, brother. It was bad juju. I'm telling you, it wasn't good. Yeah, you got to get back up and get in, man. It is what it is. I'm not mad anymore. But if you would have talked about it about 2 or 3 years ago, man, I would have called that girl all kinds of names still. I was, man. Rain Man, I was probably praying for a lot of bad things to happen to her, man. But I can't. I'm good now, man. I mean, you just got to get over it. Gotta get over it. My man Gene Diggs says, so how much did she wind up with collecting from you? I had an online that hit me up for about $350 to keep from getting evicted from her apartment. I mean, my number was roughly about that much. It was in pesos. So shit. I couldn't tell you. If you ask me what it was, and back then, the rate was garbage. It was like 40 something. So it was not as much, but it was much. I would say probably about, I want to say 15 to 20, I think. Maybe 15 or 20. But it was a fucked up situation. Eyes on, man. I appreciate you coming through. Jeffrey says, let her get evicted. Yes, $350 to keep her from getting evicted. I probably would have let her get evicted too. But if you were talking about my old Sim self, yeah, I probably would have gave it to. Because I'm just, when you got a kind heart and you really want to help somebody out, people try to take your kindness for weakness, right? And that's kind of what happened. So when in the essence of taking my kindness for weakness, I just got, and there's nothing I could do about it. And nothing I could do about it. We have all been taken, man, for sure. Fed Up says bitter, not revenge is best. Yeah, man, I was bitter as fuck, man. I was going through it, guys. It was a dark moment in Dr. Mike TV's life, man. I was about to backhand all kinds of people, man, because I was just, I wasn't feeling it, man. World Traveler says, Dr. Mike, my niece's friend hit me up yesterday. Can you help me? I am in the hospital. I said, that's what your family is for, not me. Touche. Best way to answer the question, man. That's why you got family. And they always going to say nobody got money. Well, I guess you need to take out a loan or you better call somebody. See, these are the reasons why we answer those questions the way that we do right now, because of things we learned from in the past. All right. This entire situation that I went through in the past is the reason why I respond the way that I do to certain situations and certain things. Now, you can read a situation and tell if somebody's being real with you or not. And even if she's not being real with you, again, like you said, fam, you got family for that. You let them take care of that, So that was the greatest response you probably could have ever gave. Hell, I wish I could have thought of that off the top of my head too. I would have probably just said, nah, I'm good. Fed Up says 98% of us have done it before. Yes, and I think 98% of us will probably do it again. I think the way that I like to think about it is you miss what is that saying they always say? You miss 100% of the shots you never take or some shit like that. That's kind of what it is when it comes to dealing with females, man. If you don't talk to them or deal with them, you'll never know if you'll be able to get it in where you fit it in or not. So I thought I was doing a good thing, and it turns out that at the end of the day, it just made me feel a certain kind of way. So, hey, I can't go through it anymore. Damn right, Rain Man. That's exactly why I gave the money. I mean, I'm not gonna lie about it, but then again, I did do it from a good space. Don't get me wrong. I didn't do it because of some ass. I did it from a good space. You kind of feel bad if somebody, has a family issue. Back then, I had a heart for that stuff. But then again, hey man, you gotta do what you gotta do. And I did it to feel like I was being helpful, but in the end, I ended up getting taken for a little bit. So it's all good. Tell her to start a GoFundMe page. Fed up, you stupid, man. But yeah, if you want to raise some money, that's the way you gotta do it, man. Hey BK, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through and showing some love to the good doctor today. Yeah, we all need to shrink every now and again, and sometimes we just got to do it for ourselves. Instead of sitting on a couch paying $50 an hour, you could come here basically for free. But again, I appreciate all of you guys coming through and spending some time with the good doctor today. We got 24 individuals watching at this time. Please make sure you check out the IPA shirts. You know about all of the ebooks and everything that I got going on in my life right now. We've already started a GoFundMe, aka Dr. Mike hasn't started the BOOTYLOO Investment Fund. And anybody who wants to donate, please feel free. But yes, we are here to have a great time. We are here to have the time of our lives. And again, you don't have to go pay a shrink to sit on the couch, like I said, for 50 or 60 bucks. You could just come here and just have a chat with everybody, have a chat with us, kick it in a chat, enjoy the moment, and everybody can sit there and, feel the moment, man. Share their story. Everybody has a story to tell. Whether you tell it or not is up to you. But like I said, man, if I feel like you guys are going to believe in the channel, I got to be as real with you as I want you guys to be real with me. So that's what you get. And you get a real side of Dr. Mike TV. I'll share the story one time. Everybody will know the story. Everybody can have their moment. They can talk their shit. They can tease me, say whatever they want to, get it out of the way. If it makes you feel good about yourself, then we go on about our business. We go on about our day. So, hey, that's the reason why we do this. We do this for the people. This is more so for you guys than it is for me. But the fact that I get to share the story makes it more so of a therapeutic moment for myself. So y'all go ahead and you share what you got to share. Or you at least, put your feelings out there, man. Ain't gonna hurt you. And don't make you no bitch either. Tim H, appreciate you coming through and spending some time, man. I appreciate you spending some time here. My man Joshua in the building. What's going on, man? I hope your trip is a good one. I know you got a trip coming up, but I thank you for spending some time here in the chat with us. My man says that the 90 Day Fiance show is an entertaining show. I personally haven't watched it. Like I said, I can't get into it. Number one, I can't watch it here in the Philippines anyways, but I can't get into it. I can't. It's not something that I could ever see myself watching. Purple Butterfly, how are you doing? I appreciate you coming through. I don't know why you hit people with the sad face for. Are you having a moment? Do you need to talk about something? Anything you want to share with the chat, please feel free. Or personal email, it doesn't matter, whatever's up to you. If you're frowning over my situation, I thank you for your concern. But that's me being overzealous and thinking that you actually care. But we love you. Thank you for coming through. Five says Dr. Fives is here. Hello all. Appreciate you coming through, Fives, man. Appreciate you spending some time with the good doctor and company today. My man World Traveler says, Dr. Mike, be happy. It wasn't that long ago. I'm sorry. Be happy it wasn't the long game like what happened to me. I got hooked for $100K in a car. Yeah, man. I mean, I do understand. Here's the thing. I understand that people have been through worse situations than me. I can wholeheartedly say that I know guys that have been through worse situations than me. So you can hear it in their voices or see it in the way that they type in the chat that they've been through worse situations than me. And the reason that I share my story is because I want to encourage them to do the same, man. Because you just can't have that bitterness and that animosity forever. That's my thing, man. You can't hold on to that shit forever. And the shit is crazy. You can't go through that shit all the time. You can't be such a bitter bitch all the time, man. That's what chicks do, man. You can't be bitter all the time. I'm gonna show some love to my man Aubrey in the building, man. I appreciate you, my brother. I see you listening, and I'm glad that you're in the building with us. But yeah, man, you just can't be bitter all the time. Like, you gotta learn to let go of that shit, bro. You gotta learn to let go of that stuff, man. I know it's hard. I'll be the first to tell you, it is not easy. I went through, like I said, it took me a couple months to completely rid myself of ill will and malicious intent towards a person because they took advantage of me. Again, all you can do is you can forgive if you choose to, but you just never forget. It's the best way for me to tell you, man. But my man, World Traveler, like I said, man, there are guys that have been through far more worse situations than me. I know this for a fact, but I feel like sharing my situation should at least be share their own. If they don't want to, if they don't want to share their own situation, that's cool. I mean, but you're gonna hear mine. And I'm just glad that you guys came through and spent a little time with the good doctor this day, because I'm having fun. Shit, y'all know my situation right now. I'm in a good space. So it's nothing that I should be bitching over anymore. But I'll tell you right then and there, during that moment, oh, that shit was all wrong, man. I was about to shoot up the club in this bitch because I was mad. I was going through it, bro. But yeah, we good now. Yo, y'all gotta listen to Fed Up, man. He said y'all gotta smash that like button. He said, see, GoFundMe page works. I've never had a GoFundMe. I don't think anybody would GoFundMe. But like I said earlier in my video, for those that hated a minute ago, I'm telling you, man, I'll set up a GoFundMe if y'all want to send me back to Africa, though. I'll do that shit for sure. But y'all got to make sure your boy get that first class ticket, though. I don't fly coach. Dr. Mike don't fly coach. So y'all better make sure that it's a hell of a ticket. But I love you guys anyways, man. We don't get no animosity here in the chat, so we good to go. I just wanted to throw that quick one there because it was funny. My man Fed Up said he got married and divorced and lost an arm and a leg. Did they take the foot too? Damn. I'm telling you, man, we all go through it, man. I mean, we all go through it. And it's just a live and learn situation, man. And, I hate to see my guys take a 6-figure L, people losing hundreds of thousands of dollars. I don't even want you to lose $1, man. Because I would be mad if I took an L on 50 pesos. Like, that's my 50. Motherfucker. If I'm not giving it up willingly, then I don't want to lose it. But then again, what can I say, guys? I did give that money up willingly. I gave it up willingly. She didn't force me. She didn't put a gun to my head and make me do it. And that's the thing that you got to think about too, guys. Nobody forces you to do this. Nobody forces you to send money. Nobody puts a gun to your head and say, if you don't send money to me, I'm going to blow your fucking brains out or else, right? Nobody does that. You make the decision to do so. So you can't really be mad at anybody but yourself. Think about it. You can't be mad at nobody but yourself if you send money, because you can always say no. You are not tied or obligated to send nobody shit. But if you do send the money, the way that you got to think about it is, I may never get this money back. So I got to send it with the intent that I'll never get it back. I have to send no more than I can afford to lose, because you're likely going to lose it. So make sure you keep that in mind, guys. Make sure you keep that shit in mind. MD says, I'm glad I found a non-scamming Filipina. I feel bad for some of you guys who are currently being scammed. Oh, yes. There are guys that are in some bad situations as we speak. I went through mine, and thank God it happened to me when I was younger, because I was able to bounce back. A lot of guys are they're in their later years. I'm not going to say old, but they're in their latter, 30s, 40s, 50s year olds, in their, like I said, I don't want you guys to feel a certain kind of way, but I'm saying, the ones that are in their later years, it could be harder for them to bounce back from certain situations like that. So when you're going through the motions of a situation or a relationship and you don't know you're getting scammed, it makes it even worse. That's when it gets worse, when the light bulb never comes on. You see the signs. We know the signs. We've talked about the signs. We can go through them again and again and again, but it's only going to help a chosen few who actually choose to take the notes and write them out and see for themselves and read between the lines. So we see the ones going through the motions, man. And it hurts me to see you guys going through it. When I hear about people losing X amount of dollars or X amount of pesos because of something they did for a chick, I'm kind of like, I thought we learned from this. Or I thought that, something that a lot of guys say in YouTube, it ain't just me. Trust me. You could go to a whole bunch of different Philippine vloggers and they'll tell you the exact same thing. They may not deliver it the same way that Dr. Mike does, but they're going to tell you roughly, the undertone of it all, that's what's going to happen. So, if you're not going to listen to it and you continue to allow yourself to believe that your Filipina is the perfect one, knowing that, there are certain things about it that you honestly know aren't perfect, then yeah. kind of gets you in your feelings for sure. So my man Rayman says that he got took for $3K and spent some of my nut all one night, man. I spent. Hey man, At least it sounds like you got a little bit for your money. Now 3K is still a bit much. I'm not sure if that's dollars or pesos. You got to clarify. But even then, at least it sounds like you you got a little bit of bang for your buck. So hey, I'm good. Christine says she lost half of her brain cells watching those Korean blogs. I love the Koreans, man. They make some pretty good telenovelas, man. Shit. As long as they got English subtitles, I'm good to go. Bro, they're gonna repo your pacemaker? That's not funny, man, but that sounds pretty bad, bro. But yeah, I appreciate you guys coming through, man. I see we got 34 watching. I'm glad that you guys have came through, and I hope that you guys enjoyed the story. This is story time with Dr. Mike TV. This is a therapeutic moment. I want you guys to be able to know that you are not the only one. I am not sitting here trying to give advice, not having gone through the situation myself. That's what I want you guys to understand. Dr. Mike has been through it too. I am not perfect. I fucked up too, plenty of times, but this particular situation is where I took an L and it made me wake the hell up. Sometimes you need that kick in the ass, man, to get you on the right path. And I'm glad that I took it. But again, like the live stream says, it almost made me resent Filipinas. It almost made me resent all Filipinas because of that one. And I know a lot of guys who are going through that right now. A lot of you guys are sitting there like, man, this girl screwed me over, so fuck them all. I know this for facts. And then I know people have been asking me, they were like, oh, Dr. Mike, your live streams and your videos as of late have been so negative. They seem so real. They are a stark contrast to your videos from before. Now, I want you to understand something real quick, because Dr. Mike going to lay it out for you, and I'm going to keep it real with you. My previous live stream, not live streams, I'm sorry, my previous videos, before I actually made it back to the Philippines, you can say that they were pro-Philippines, but none of my videos that I've done since this moment are not for the Philippines. So again, it's always the same viewpoint. I always told you from the beginning, you're going to get the good, the bad, and the ugly with me. All right. I'm going to tell you the bad side. And even in most of my videos before, I showed the bad side. I've talked about the bad side. I've talked about the ugly side. Maybe now I'm a little bit more real with it. Maybe people thought that I was more politically correct back then. But I'm starting to realize that if I'm going to elicit a response from my people, I'm going to have to give you the 100% real. And I'm going to have to share with you some things that have happened in my own personal, so that you guys can relate to the good doctor. You understand? If it's gonna work, we got to be able to relate with one another. You got to be able to say, you know what? I know what Mike's going through because I've been through it too. Or I know somebody who's going through it too. So that's why I want to fuck with his channel. You understand? So that's really what's going on right now. I'm relating to you guys on a level in which you can all understand. And I'm telling you that you are not alone. All right. And I'm pretty sure everybody in the chat can, attest to having going through situations that have put people in a bind, or put themselves in a situation where they were taken advantage of for any reason whatsoever. Rain Man, I apologize for you not being able to learn from your mistakes, but again, 3K is seems like a lot of money. Whether it's dollars or pesos, it's still a lot for me. I'm broke, right? She did the Jedi mind trick on me. Yeah, she got me for that. She got me for that shit. And Dr. Mike ain't gonna kill. I ain't gonna die. I live. My life is perfect. So I'm straight now. But again, man, if you would have tried to come at me sideways before, boy, I would have been all up in my feelings and shit. My man 5 says, when they ask me for money online, I always told them they have to send me money first to develop trust. They never do it. It's a good way to turn the tables. Very true. It is. But again, I was young and dumb, so wasn't thinking like that. Elijah said he fell for the dengue fever scam. Oh, the dengue or the dengue? Because I mean, if you talk about dengue, about the mosquitoes, yeah, that's a quick one, and that's easy. He said on the first Filipina I talked to, learned my lesson quick. The lesson cost me $150. Whew. We all take L's, man. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, my brother. That's all I ever ask. I want you guys to tell me what's on your mind. I can't be the only one that's got. Like I said, man, my scam was my relative died, I need help with the funeral type shit. Plus, I tried to send money to bring a chick to me when I should have just went to her instead. That was pretty much how they got me. Oh, dengue fever is the new sick Carabao excuse. That's pretty funny. Purple butterfly, I agree 100%. You won't get scammed unless you allow somebody to scam you. Exactly. You can't be mad at anybody else but yourself for sending the money. So I agree 100% with that one. We can only be mad at ourselves. All right. Don't blame the girl. She's only doing what you allow her to get away with. So, guys, don't blame the chick and don't blame every Filipina that you've ever met for the reason why your ass got scammed. Okay. That's what I want you to understand. Because I was blaming her and that was my mistake. Because it's not her fault. She was only doing what I allowed her to get away with, aka allowing myself to give her money when I knew that I should have been doing that. So I need you to understand, guys, got to look inward first, man. Understand where you fucked up and understand how to make it better. That's all you got to do, man. I see we got about 39 watching, man. Let's see if we can get to 40, man. I would be happy if I could get 40 people on the stream tonight, man. Tweet it out. Do what you got to do, man. Dr. Mike is on a roll tonight, man. And I appreciate you guys coming through. So thank you for coming through and listening to the story. I know you guys that are late in the building, you probably missed the story that I shared earlier, but today we're talking about how I did get scammed. I didn't almost get scammed, how I got scammed by a Filipina, and it almost made me resent all of them. Every Filipina in the Philippines, every Filipina outside the Philippines, every Filipina on God's green earth. Yeah, I almost shitted on all of them because I got scammed by one of them. And that's the mentality that a lot of guys have right now. Fuck them all. Once I get screwed by one, screw them all. I don't want nothing to do with the rest of them. That is not the way that you need to go about it in life, guys. That is not the way to do it. I'm telling you, learn from my mistakes. Learn from your own, because I know I'm not the only one that's going through the motions with this one. So again, we're here to share our moments. Don't have to be no long drawn out story. Anytime that you ever got, let me know so that we could talk about it. And my man shared the dengue fever story, and I appreciate that one, Elijah, man. I mean, that's a new scam that's that's running rampant, and I'm telling you, it's just gonna happen, and you're gonna get caught in a lot of these scams, or at least some girl is gonna present a scam to you that you may not be familiar with. So you got to level up, man. I think it's in your best interest to think that anytime a chick asks you for money, she's trying to get you for something. That way it keeps you from making simple mistakes. Best way for me to say it. My man MD says some guys choose to ignore the red flags because they're in love. That's true, man. You could call it love. Hey, we got 40. Appreciate it. We got about 40 people watching right now. That's what's up, man. That's all I wanted. If I could get 50, I'll be in the mood, man. But I see we got 41 watching. I appreciate that one. But yeah, man, guys ignore the red flags because they're so much in love. And I put love in air quotes. The way you put love in quotes is the way that I would do it too, because they just allowed themselves to get fucked over. Ain't nothing we could do about it. I mean, it's a continuous thing that they're going to have to learn on their own. So I can't be there to save everybody's life, and neither can you. My man World Traveler says the new scam is the stomach sickness in the hospital and I need help. I agree with that one. I mean, it can come from 100 different ways. So Purple Butterfly says to us that the reality is that most of the Filipinas have tried this stereotype about foreigners that they will always be able to give some sort of money to them, be it in the start of the relationship or later. Well, you know what, Purple Butterfly, and they try. They definitely try. And I mean, again, us as men, we cannot be mad at them for doing what they do. All right, that's just the beginning and end. We can't be mad at them for trying to get over on us. We have to be man enough to know that we need to read between the lines whenever situations present themselves so that we don't get taken advantage of. Okay. So Purple Butterfly, I appreciate the comment and I appreciate the participation in the chat today. You get a thumbs up. And also, you're from Davao City. Damn, baby, what is your name? You told me to shout you out one time in the video. I forgot your name. You said it began with an S, right? Shabby or Shat? I think it's Shabby. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. She said, shout out Shabby from Davao City. And if that's wrong, tell me I'm wrong. But I'm giving you your love right now. And I'm shouting you out. And I'm shouting out everybody who represents hashtag Team Davao in this bitch. Appreciate you guys coming through. And I appreciate you showing love to the channel. All right. My man World Traveler believes that it always starts with the lady asking for load for the phone. Then it builds up from there. Yep, starts out with load. The load is like 30, 40, 50 pesos. Then it becomes family issue. Then it becomes school issue, paying the electric bill. Then you're over here taking care of the family and everybody and all the above. Christine happens to believe that I'm neutral. Okay, I'll take that. Lowland Profits, what's going on, man? I appreciate you coming through. Yeah, man, you missed the story, my brother. But if I have to give you a quick synopsis of what the story was about, I was trying to talk to a female. She lived out of town. I was living in Davao. She stayed about an hour away from me. I sent her money to come to me. She never came. Next thing you know, I was sending money, too much more money. And then it got to the point where I was bitter with her because I cut her off. And then I realized she was taking advantage of me, kind of threw a tantrum like a little bitch. And then, you know, ultimately I blamed her. I cursed her and I did all kinds of things, which were my mistake. I wanted bad things to happen to her. Again, that was my mistake. And then ultimately I started blaming myself. And then after a while, I was able to share it with somebody, talk it out, got my feelings out, learn from it. And now I'm a better person for it. Pretty much it. That's it. BK says, Dr. Mike, don't bash people when they made a mistake. Dr. Mike don't bash nobody. Look at me. I made a mistake, and I'm not afraid to admit it. I will never bash anybody for making a mistake because I made plenty of mistakes myself. You know, you can't. It's like the pot calling the kettle black. Y'all know that. I can't sit there and criticize and judge others when I'm going through it too. But I will say this, if I see people continuously making the mistake, you know, after I told them what I personally believe and they don't take it into consideration, that's okay. I kind of wash my hands of that situation. And then if it does get worse after that, the only thing that I can say, and I know that I shouldn't say it, is I told you so, you know? And I think that comes from any guy. You want what's best for yours. You want what's best for your people. You never want to see no man suffer. You know, you never want to see no woman suffer. I'll be real. I don't want to see no woman in no bad relationship with a dipshit foreigner. So it goes both ways. You know, if I tell you something and I see things aren't right, I want you to at least take anything into consideration. I'm not trying to infiltrate your relationship, but I want what's best for you. And if what's best for you is to continue doing what you're doing, then who am I to say? You understand? Who am I to chime in and or you know, put any additional information out there, you know, to help you. Because I feel like anything that I say, you may not even remotely take into consideration. You know, it's in one ear, not the other. MD brings up a great question. He says, is it a smart move to live near your Filipinas family members? Hell no. 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 I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to say no. I apologize, guys. If I'm going against anybody who said yes, I'm gonna tell you why I say no. The closer you are to the family, the easier it is for them to come and visit you when you don't want guests. And who are you to say no to your family, your girlfriend or your wife's family coming over? You know? Or at least if you live near them, they shouldn't know where you live. You should know where they live, but not where they should never know where you live. Because I do not like people popping up at my house. I am very territorial, for sure. Very, very. Oh yeah, guys, I'm sorry. Like I said, man, I don't think it's good to move near the family unless they don't know where I live, but I know where they live. But World Traveler says the smart move is to live far from the family. Thank you. The closer you are, the easier access to your wallet. Touche. That's exactly what I believe, man. Purple Butterfly says yes, indeed. That could be good or bad. Knowing that the girl needs you which is better, a girl that needs you or just wants you? I think you may have been answering another question. Oh, okay, you guys were talking about something else. I'm sorry, but yeah, man, living near the family, whew, I think that's bad juju, man. I can't see that being good at all. Van Turner, man, I appreciate you coming through and spending some time with the good doctor today. I'm not sure if this is your first time to the channel, but welcome yourself. Everybody, welcome my man Van Turner to the family. I'm glad that you were able to come through and show some love to the good doctor today. He just says live he said live on another island. Yes, I would live as far away from my wife's girlfriend's family ever, or they will never know where they can find me. I'll tell you right now, if we live in the same area, they'll never know where to find me. I'll know where to find them. Like, you know how you tell people, don't call me, I'm gonna call you? That's exactly the type of situation that I would do. I missed your first comment, Van Turner. He says, I got scammed. He said, bought her a red horse, and it was the worst Kiki in the world. Ah, man. I appreciate your comments, man. That was a good one. But I feel you got to live far away from the family as possible. You're right, Elijah, man. If any girl ever asks you for money, cut it off. Don't be a simp. Don't simp. Best thing I could tell you. My man Trusty Shellback's in the building. What's going on, family? Appreciate you coming through and showing some love. He says, if you are being separated from your money with the story, don't do it, dummy. Yeah, I agree, man. But yeah. and the funny thing is, if it's a story that you can't verify, that's what makes it worse. If you're being separated from your money and it's a story that you can't even verify to be true or false, come on, man. Come on, you better be able to get some receipts, man. That's all I'm gonna tell you. That's what I learned, man. You gotta live with receipts, bruh. Gotta live with them receipts. Van Turner says another common scam is the baby needs milk, Lola's in the hospital, and the boy is sick. Are you talking about the pig? Poor sick pig. Come on, man. You wouldn't give no money for the sick pig? Damn, you're cold, bruh. You are cold. Van Turner, you a cold brother, man. But I appreciate you coming through. That's a good one. But yeah, the Carabao, the boy, whatever you want to call it, everybody's sick. That's the problem. Rayman says, Dr. Mike loved that Jada Black American comment. Was talking about the Boba class. Oh, man. Shout out to my boy Jay. I'm glad. I said nobody said anything. I saw 77 people watch that video before me. Shout out to my boy Jay. I love Jay to death. Jay is my brother from another. Y'all know this. But 77 people watched this video of my man kicking it in the bathtub and nobody said shit. Not one person said nothing. Nothing. I'm like, bro, do I have to be the one to break the ice on this? Because I know I felt uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? That was a private moment that my man should have kept to himself. But I love, like I said, man, that's like a brother to me, man. But that was my dude, man. He had me laughing over that one. I can't lie. That was probably the craziest thing I ever seen. I'm like, I know how to pick and choose my live shows, and that would have probably been one that I just kind of left alone. And where's Andy at? Andy, if Andy the Virgo's in the building, I love you to death, man. I love you like a brother too. Andy sat there and had a full-blown conversation with Jay while my man was in the bathtub. Oh my God. Andy was sitting there in the chat chilling. I said, I love it though. It was the greatest thing I seen all day, man. I can't lie. But I didn't even get a chance to see the new tattoo he got, so yeah, I need to see if I can see what the tattoo looks like. My man Trusty says horned up Americans will fall for the most basic stupid shit. Very true. I'm telling you, I think I fell for the basic shit. I did. I guess I was just blinded by the punani. I told you I was blinded by the punani. Ah, man. I was blinded by the punani, but it is what it is. And I'll take the L for it and I'll get over it. That's the best thing I can say. I get over it. But like I said, I love Jay like a brother, man. But that was just one thing that I kind of felt like we should have just left that one alone, or the camera should have been off. But hey, man, that's my guy still. I still got love for him, but whew, that was a rough one for me, man. That was a rough one. My man MD says, I guess I'm Team Davao by default since my fiance is from there. Shout out to hashtag Team Davao in this bitch. Yes, sir. Appreciate you for showing love. Whether it's by default or not, you are part of Team Davao family. Just accept it. Trust me, you're in great company. Fed Up says that men just don't think when it comes to fine women. The brain goes, we definitely go short circuit on that one, man. It's just, whew, oh my God. I mean, nobody thinks. And again, this is why I shared my story, man, because I'm letting you know it can happen to any one of us, bro. It can happen to me, it can happen to you, happen to anybody. Just got to learn to think. Got to learn to think with the big head, not the little head. I don't know how many times we've said that in a live stream, how many times I've said that in the video. I swear to God, I made a whole video dedicated to guys thinking with the big head and not the little head. That was before I went to that was a video, probably 3 videos before I started shooting my my content in the Philippines. If you want to scroll all the way back, that's like 50 videos or so. Good, that's too many videos to go back for. But yeah, I did a whole I did a whole video on that one. So yeah, the one-eyed snake, man, that shit'll get you fucked up in the Philippines, man. Then you wonder why we all lose money over here. At least the dumb ones. I consider myself to be a dumb foreigner. I had my moment. I'm sorry. I had my moment and I lived through it. I got over it, thank God, but you know, it was not without taking the L. Dane, be cool. What's going on, family? Appreciate you coming through and spending some time with the good doctor and company today. He says you never give more than you can afford to lose. Correct. Additionally, scamming people is a temporary win that eventually catches up with them. Exactly. And I'm glad that you said that, because that's kind of what I was trying to hint at earlier. You know, never give more than you can afford to lose. Facts. But, you know, it is a temporary win for them and it eventually catch up with them. But during that moment, you know, when I told you guys that I was cursing and, you know, wishing bad things on people, that was my fault. And I should not have done that. Because eventually, like you say, man, karma catches up. And you just have to let go and let God, man. That's all I can tell you. Because eventually people who try to get away with doing stuff like that, it catches up to them eventually. And it may hurt them tenfold. You may never see it, but then again, I've known people who have gone through situations and then they fall on bad times. And when you're doing good, I'm the type of person, I still have a big heart and I may feel bad for them, but I ain't about to give them shit. I'm just going to let them go through it because I already know what you did to me the first time. So, you know, that's 100% true, man. Karma does catch up and karma is a bitch and it gets them, man. It'll get them every time. My man Philippine Bound said you have to live one island or at least 3-hour bus ride away from the family. Yes, sir. Appreciate you coming through, Jerry, man. Always good to have you in the chat, my brother. That's all I can say, man. That is all I can say, man. You got to stay as far away from the family as possible. Lowland Profits, man. You know your boy's a Scorpio, born November 17th. Guys, for any of you guys who do not know, Dr. Mike is going to have him a nice little birthday live stream. I'm just going to put that out in advance. That is a Saturday. I'm not sure exactly what time. I'll put an announcement out, but it might be the same time Saturday Eastern Standard Time. So on the East Coast, I'll probably do about an 8:30, 9 o'clock on EST time live stream celebration. And I want you guys to come through and celebrate Dr. Mike's birthday. I ain't gonna be doing shit. I'm just gonna be having a topic about the main reasons why I absolutely hated celebrating my birthdays in the Philippines. I want you guys to make sure you stay tuned for that one because I got some stories for that ass. I hated celebrating my birthdays in the Philippines, and you guys are going to get the 411 on why I hated it. So make sure you guys stay tuned and make sure you wait for that live stream. Your boy is celebrating his birthday November 17th. Scorpio babies in the building. I appreciate all of you guys who are Scorpios, and if you're not, whatever zodiac sign you represent, whatever your horoscope tells you, you're still a welcome member to the family, all right? So thank you. But yes, Dr. Mike is definitely a Scorpio in this bitch. And I will never change it for the world. Being a Scorpio is awesome. Being left-handed is awesome. I'm just a weird left-handed Scorpio awesome dude, for sure. But he says, the reason you say that I am is I don't like he said Scorpio, he said not liking people passing by unannounced. Yeah. Yeah. No, fuck that. You are not coming to Dr. Mike's house. I am very private with my shit. When I'm in the company of me and my girl, I don't like being fucked with. All right. That's our time to just chill. I don't like people just coming over to my house and fucking knocking on my door and shit. Like, what the fuck are you doing here? That's why when I live so far away, like the house video that you guys saw, that video was like an hour outside of the city. Won't nobody ever gonna traipse their ass way out there to try to come see me. Come on, man. You must really want to see me if you were going to travel an hour outside of the city to come see me. So I was good when I lived in that space, man. Nobody came over there, nobody bothered me, so I was good. But you're right, people don't pass by Dr. Mike's house unannounced. You better text me before you come, or I'm not answering the door. I'll tell you right now. Says 3 islands away is a great distance. Bobo, I read your comment. I just don't feel like reading it out loud. I kind of feel like that's stretching it, but yeah, dishonesty is key. FedUp says 3 islands away is a good distance, man. He said live at least 2 islands away from the family. It's crazy. I just don't want to live anywhere near you at all. That's what I'm gonna tell you. I don't want you anywhere in the vicinity. And you know what's weird though? To be honest with you, with my current situation, when me and my girl was in the Airbnb, we were in the city, and like I said, where her house is in the province, it was probably, like I said, an hour travel away. We kind of lived where we could actually go see each other every day. We weren't that far apart, but yeah, nobody comes see me. Nobody finds me. She knows better. Nobody knows where I stay at. And I do that for a reason. I don't want nobody coming to my house. I don't like people just showing up. Shit, just stay. Just don't come. My man Ozone says I keep my family far from me because I date a Filipina. They would try to fight her. My girl's family, they already know it's a big no, so don't ask. Really? They would try to fight your girl? That's disappointing. Shit. Lowland says, I'll tell him it's against my religion to send money. If you need medicine, I'll send that to you. Yeah, I'll buy your medicine for you and I'll send it in a FedEx package, airmail priority or some shit like that. So I'll make sure you get it on time. That's crazy. My man 5 says, don't shit in your backyard. Keep the family members as far away from possible. It's very good advice. Touche. Right, Rain Man said Andy was the only one commented on the chat with Jay, man. That shit was great. Oh my god. It was the best live stream I've ever seen, but also the most uncomfortable live stream I've ever seen in my life. But hey, man, I, I couldn't do it, guys. I laugh now, but it's all in love, man. That's my dude. And if Jay comes through, man, I'll tell him the same, man. That shit crazy. My man Quentin Willis in the building. What's going on, family? Appreciate you coming through and spending some time with the good doctor today, man. And also with the Dr. Mike and of course his affiliates. Rayman says I fast forwarded that video, went to watching something else. Yeah, I was not about to watch the full 30 minutes of that. I did fast forward through it because I was just reading the chat. I was like, is anybody else just gonna sit here and watch this? Nah, it was I love it though, man. But Jay was getting a tattoo in Angeles for his birthday. Right, I did see that. Oh man. World Traveler says Rayman. He said when I clicked on the stream, so it was in the tub. I turned it off ASAP. Ah man, it was good shit, man. It was a great moment, man. It was one of the greatest moments in history, but I think that was the shortest. That's gonna have the shortest watch time on God's green earth. That video is probably gonna have the shortest watch time ever, man. I was kind of like, is YouTube gonna like cut this though? I was just thinking that, but yeah, it was crazy, man. It was crazy. Rayman says if you guys go on Asiana Travel Channel, tell him that Rayman says he's in great shape because he's round. All right, man. I ain't gonna have nobody coming through my spot, man. You know how Dr. Mike celebrates his birthday by himself. Telling you, shit, I leave everybody alone. Dr. Mike loves to celebrate his birthday by himself. I do not like having a lot of people around me. I'm just gonna be real. You want to know the type of people I want around me? The people here in the chat. This is what I want to do for my birthday. I'm gonna come through. I'm gonna spend some time with my people. Hope you guys show up. Hope you guys show up. And we're gonna have some time. We're gonna have some good times. For sure. Yeah, you told me, Road Traveler, man, you gave your brother a car for his birthday. Shit, I wish I was your brother. Shit. He said the best I could give you is a Hot Wheels car. Shit. Aw. I was hoping for something bigger, but thank you anyways. Hey, a birthday greeting will work just fine because I'm not sure how I'm gonna get my hands on that Hot Wheels car. Hot Wheels leading the way. Yeah. Rayman says birthday celebrations in the Philippines are paid for by the birthday boy. The birthday boy treats all of his friends and family to drink. Yes, sir. Top reason why I didn't like celebrating my birthday. But I'm gonna talk about that in the stream for sure. Lowland Prophet says I'm a Scorpio myself. That's how I recognize it. Yeah, Scorpios normally recognize other Scorpios. So touche to you, my dude. I appreciate you coming through. Scorpio love, man. That's facts. Shit. That's all I care about. My man Tony's in the building telling me to calm down. I'm just telling you, bro. I don't think it's a good idea to have you live near the family, my dude. Too many people asking you for a handout of money. Tell them no if you want to and see how that ends up. I don't think that that's going to end well. That's all I'm going to tell you. Fed Up says don't date a woman that has 3 sisters. Oh, too late, man. Fed Up, if you're talking about a girl that has 3 sisters, my girl has 3 sisters. 3 sisters and 1 brother to be exact. So yeah, I'm already fucked. So it's all good for me. It's all downhill from there. Tony, you're right, man. Philippines is all about family, but I'm telling you right now, I know my girl, and she would probably be okay if we lived as far away from the family as possible, so that we only have to deal with them on limited occasions. Depends on the girl that you're with, depends on the family lifestyle, the genetic makeup of the family. Yeah, that will determine whether it's a good idea to live near or far away from, your girl's family. MD is gonna check out. Appreciate you coming through, my brother, and definitely appreciate you coming through and spending some time with the good doctor. I see we got 38 watching, man. Damn, Dr. Mike is holding it down today, bitch. Shit. We got 38 watching. I appreciate you guys coming through. If you guys want to get your very own IPA shirts, you know I got to do this, guys. Just make it through the public service announcement and we'll get back to it. But if you guys want to buy your very own IPA shirts, you know how to get them. They are linked in the description area below. If you guys want to invest in the BOOTYLOO investment fund, by all means, you know how you could do so. If you guys want to get your very own copy of the ebooks, you know how you can find them. You know how you can email me. You know how you guys can get in touch with the good doctor in any way, shape, or form. But of course, as Dr. Mike has told you time and time again, I am just happy and satisfied that you come through and spend even a little bit of time with the good doctor today. All right. So when I celebrate my birthday, man, I'm probably gonna be taking shots, man. I'm probably gonna have a good time. Probably just gonna enjoy the hell out of my life. Whew. I can't wait, man. I can't wait to celebrate with you guys. I'll probably get like 2 people on, but I'm telling you, if only 2 people show up with me, then I'm good to go. I will not be on all night long. I'm not gonna have no 8-hour live stream because I'm celebrating my birthday. I love y'all. I promise you I do, but I just don't love you that much. Okay. Dr. Mike does have a life. So I'm gonna be with you guys for probably a couple hours. Maybe we'll do 3, maybe 4. I don't know. But anything longer than 4 hours is just ridiculous. I can't talk that much, man. And I'm not just gonna stare at the camera for 4 hours and talk to you. Nah, we're gonna have conversations, man. Dr. Mike likes to keep the live stream going. All right. I like to have people, interacting with the good doctor. I like you guys able to, give me feedback on shit, So we're definitely gonna make sure that we interact with one another, which is why that stream is probably gonna be like 2 hours or something like that. At the most, maybe 3 or 4. All right, Black Pablo in the building. What's going on, family? Appreciate you coming through, spending some time with the good doctor. I got a video for you, my brother. I got a video that I haven't put up yet. It's going to, I don't know when I'm going to put it out, but I did try some, traditional Filipino foods. I know how you like the exotic shit. I didn't try anything crazy or outlandish, but I did try a couple of them, man. And I know that, you'll probably get a kick out of that one. But yeah, I appreciate you, my dude. He says, I'm the same way. I don't do unannounced guests and only a handful of people know where I live. Exactly. I don't want people to know where I live, period. I said, don't call me. I'm going to call you. And if you tell me you're on your way to my house and you didn't even ask me if you could come over, I'm going to just lock the door, man. I ain't going to answer that bitch. I'm going to tell you I ain't home. That's all I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you that shit for real. Eyes on said, I take a Hot Wheels car for my birthday and be happy with it. So Jamie for please send me a Hot Wheels car, not a Matchbox car. Hot Wheels, please. All right. I don't know how you're gonna get it to me, but thank you in advance. It would be much appreciated too. Everybody deserves. Fed Up says people showed Show up unannounced. I tell them they know where the fridge is and in the where the fridge is and the beer in the freezer. You must be a very, very opening guest, because I'm telling you right now, anybody show up to Dr. Mike's house, I'm gonna shit on y'all. I'm be like, go home. Cause you know, man, when I don't want to be bothered, everybody goes through that moment. When you don't want to be bothered, you don't want to be bothered. And I hate people in my personal space. I'll tell you right now. If you're not invited into my personal space, don't try to come into my personal space. That's pretty much my lifestyle right now. And that's kind of where my mentality is. I have a very, very open door policy to an extent. I have to open the door for you. Don't just try to kick in the door. That's what I mean by an open door policy. Don't just show up. All right. You have to be invited. Don't just show up. That's my whole thing. You'll be a well taken care of guest if you are invited to my shit, but don't just show up and act like we supposed to be cool and kick it. Cause then I have to make sure my house is clean. You know, I got to make sure that I present myself in a way that is presentable. And most of the time, I don't want to do that. I want to sit around, lay around, watch UFC, get on my computer, do live streams and shit like that. That's what I want to do with my life, and I have fun doing it. I go out when I want to, but I just ain't trying to entertain nobody. My man Tony says I live with one of her family. Oh, I think you're talking about a girl's family. He said I live with one. Her family was over every time we bought groceries. Oh, you live with a girl, and every time you bought groceries, they came over. I think if I misinterpret that, my bad. My bad on that. But I was trying to get the story, so I couldn't do that, man. I don't like people just showing up to my shit, man. Dr. Mike don't do that shit at all. World Traveler, I'm not gonna do a 4-hour live stream in no hot tub. I don't even like looking at myself naked. Why the hell do I believe I want a bunch of guys looking at me butt ass naked? That shit just don't fly, bro. It does not fly. It does not fly. So he said, okay, Tony, you said the first girl. He said, and the second girl, he said, we built a house next to her mother. That was great. Female number 3. Well, I was about to build a hut in the jungle next to her parents, but her grandmother put her mom and dad out before I could. So yeah, he's serious. I mean, like I said, man, if you're okay with living next to the family, that's cool. A lot of people aren't. Like for me, it's just personally not something that I would want to do. But if you're cool with it, if you're okay, I mean, I understand the Filipino mentality, the family first. I get that. I do. And that happens with the majority of them. But for me, you know, I'm not going to purposely like keep my girl away from her family. That's not what it is for me. It's just about the idea of me having my personal space and being able to separate my time. When people know where you live, they're just going to show up. Cousins, uncles, brothers, fathers, sisters, name it, they're coming to the house. They're not coming to see you. They could give a fuck about you. They're coming to either kick it in your house and use your air conditioning. That's just a joke. Or, you know, they're coming over there to see your wife or your girlfriend. So when your Filipina is literally there in the house, you can't say no when the family comes over. And that's the conundrum. You can't say no. You don't want to look bad. So that's why people will never know where I stay at. That would be the exact reason why you would never have somebody knowing where I stay at. Fed Up says, when they come through, I have an excuse to go out. See, now if I went to your house and all I did was get drunk, that sounds like a good time. I could do that. But I don't like people showing up to my house. I just can't do it. I don't like people drinking my beers either. I'm good, man. I don't like people drinking nothing that I have. Let me offer it to you. All right. Asiana Travel World, what's going on, fam? Appreciate you coming through and spending some time. He says, yes, people always want to get into everyone's space and business. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. I stay as far away from it as humanly possible. I stay in my zone. See, a lot of people don't know this. Dr. Mike stays in his lane. You understand? I don't bother other people. I don't talk about other people. I don't report on other people. Like I've seen a lot of people lately, like when they do like their YouTube videos, maybe they're talking about other YouTubers, you know, and like current situations that they may be going through or having a personal opinion about another YouTuber's channel. I try not to do that. You want to know why? Because it doesn't do me any favors to talk about somebody else. I talk about topics that I believe are genuinely interesting to you guys from my perspective. And then again, if somebody else covered the exact same topic, which is highly probable, then you could go over there and look at how they did it, but I don't like specifically talking about another YouTuber's channel. Little lane. I got a small channel, but it's small and we get it in. That's the best way to put it. So, I try not to overstep my bounds when it comes to stuff like that. Again, I was off topic for a minute. No, we weren't off topic. But yeah, we were talking earlier about how I got scammed, but I done already told my story. I said we're all in a better space now. So we're just definitely talking about the family, man. I think that a girl could actually use the family to scam you too. My man talked about the sick carabao and the sick pig. That was pretty funny. My man World Traveler says, I have had family members try to see me at my place without letting me know. When security calls to ask if it's okay for me to let them up, I send them away. I have done that to my own parents. You know what? I know where Mike lives at, man. I've been to where World Traveler stays, and they are no nonsense, guys. The security in that lobby is trill. And here's what happened. Like when we did the BGC video where the haters hated, we were downstairs in the lobby, and we said who we were coming to see because I knew Mike's name and everything. So they were like, who are you coming to see? I said, oh, we're here to see so and so. And then the lady called him, and he said, okay, send them up. So I was thinking that he was gonna come down and meet us in the lobby, but we ended up going up there, man, and that's a pretty dope ass spot, man. I can't front. I'm jealous. I wish I was a 1%er, but then again, I don't. I really don't. I had too much work. Elijah says, come to my house unannounced. You'll be standing outside while we cut the lights off, hiding out, waiting for you to leave. That sounds exactly like what I would do. I turn off the TV. I'll put my phone on silent. You are not gonna get in touch with me. You gonna call me, and my phone gonna go straight to the voicemail. That sounds exactly like some shit that I would do. Gun Turn 2009. Appreciate you coming through and spending some time with the good doctor. It's been a while. I know you've been here before. It's just been a long time, but it's always good to see you in the building. Much love to you, man. Everything's going well. Still blessed. Had a moment earlier. Had to share my story, but now we're in a good space and we're having a good moment. The live stream initially started out with, I once got scammed by Filipina, and it almost made me resent and hate them all. Then we just started talking about other shit. So you can just tick my off-topic meter. I don't know how I've been off topic for probably about 15 minutes now, guys. I'm sorry. But I was just reading the comments in the chat, and we were definitely getting it in. But again, we've all been scammed one time or another. If you are the one person that has never been scammed or never been taken for any money, the best thing I can do for you is say congratulations. That's all I can say. And I hope it never does happen to you, because if it does, you're probably going to go on a spree of losing your shit. I promise you that. Fed Up, this is the best channel to come vent, chill, and fuck around, man. I'm telling you, we joke around. We have too much fun over here, man. This is the reason why I have such a great channel. My channel is nothing without you guys. I want you to know that. And I say that time and time again. If this channel is going to grow, it's going to grow because of you. If anything happens from this point on, I'm going to say that this is because of you guys. My channel grew from this little idea that I had about talking about the Philippines. And it's weird though, because I really do feel to an extent that Philippine topics are saturated. Like the whole Philippine vlogging scene in its essence is really just fucking saturated. It's difficult to come up with new shit. I mean, we talked about that on the live stream before. But the best thing that I can do is come up with topics that are relatable to you guys. That's the only way this is going to work for us. Oh, I could say, oh, here's this part of Manila. Oh, here's this part of Davao. I love doing that. That's great. And I know you guys want to see it, so that's why I do it. But ultimately, for me, my whole idea is this, man. If I could come through, have a quick conversation with you guys, kick it, chill, talk shit, have fun. People clown me. Yeah, Rain Man always hitting me with the Dr. Robust and Dr. Phil Mike Robust. Come on, man. Dr. Milk Dud Robust. Come on, man. If you say that to other people, some people get their feelings, man. But I know where it came from. I told him a joke that people used to call. I don't know if I said the joke that people used to call me Milk Dud, or he started it because I said I want somebody to try to clown me the best that they could. I said you could roast me or some shit, and that's what he got. And then the whole Robust story, you guys know about the video. So that's kind of how where it all started. So again, man, if you can't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at, man? If you're gonna be a thin-skinned bitch, come on. This ain't the channel for you, bruh. So we good to go here. And I'm glad that I got you guys here. You guys are definitely part of the family. For sure. Sir Tony, you bring up a great point. I said that in my own damn video. He says I'm black and everybody's gonna know where you are. I did. I said that in my own video this morning. I said, shit, I can't be that hard to find. There ain't too many foreigners in Davao City, so I'm easy to find. Hell, you already know where my Airbnb is. It's at Carmela North Point. So, I mean, damn, it's not gonna be hard for you to find me. I said that. So, I'm cool. I mean, I don't care if they find me or not. They just don't. If they knock on my door, they're gonna have a problem. That's pretty much where it's gonna go. My man Andy's in the building. What's going on, fam? He said he's late, but he's here. Andy, you gotta tell me what you were thinking of, man, when you was having that conversation with my boy Jay earlier today, man. You gotta tell me what was on your mind with that one. I love you like a brother, man, but that was a rough one for me. I love Jay, man, but that was a rough one for me. My man T Brain, man, you get me again, man. He says my channel's gonna grow like it's on Robust. I'm telling you, if Robust will sponsor me, I will live my best life. Promise you that. I will have minute commercial breaks in between my live shows to pay the bills and be sponsored by Robust, man. Crazy. My man Izon said, when I lived in Detroit, my oldest daughter's mother came to my house and it was 1 a.m., 10 degrees below, and she knocked outside. Outside is where when she knocked outside is where she stayed. My daughter was nice and warm inside. Shouldn't have came over to the house, man. That's her fault, bro. Ain't got nothing to do with it. Ain't got nothing to do with you, man. You ain't tell her to come, so she came on her own recognizance. My man Elijah says back to about being scammed. I heard about another guy that paid for a Filipinas apartment and everything in it, and then moved on him. Then everything in it, then moved on him. Got a new moved on, and she got a new boyfriend and took everything while he was gone for 2 weeks. Oh, sad stories, guys. It happens, man. That happens a lot. And we could talk about your boy Tariq and 90 Day Fiance and how we feel he's getting scammed. I mean, that is a title within itself. But I'm gonna leave that one to my boy Jay and also my boy Malcolm, who talk about the 90 Day Fiance. That's for them to talk about because I don't watch the show. So, yeah, that's some bad juju, man. That's right. I did, Rayman. I didn't know if I told you that or you said it first. That's why. So yeah, I did tell you my auntie called me that when I was young. Yes, and she still does until this day. She's the only one that's ever called me that in my family. Now you call me that, but whatever. My man Lionel Sanders in the building. What's going on, family? Appreciate you coming through and showing some love to the good doctor today. And of course, the chat. We love you here, man. Appreciate you coming through and spending some time. I see we got about 28 watching, guys. Please make sure you get the likes up on this video, whether it's on your way in or on your way out. Facts. Bro. Leave him alone, man. He said he was rubbing one out. Leave Andy alone, man. Don't do that shit. Lionel says, hey Dr. Mike, how long do you have to stay out of the Philippines once you pass your 59 days? Well, Lionel, if you want to know the truth, once you start the visa process in the Philippines, let's say for example you stayed the full 29 to 30 days in the Philippines, what ends up happening is you have the option to renew for the 1 month, That's your first official extension for 1 month. And then after that 1 month extension, you get your tourist visa card and you can extend up to 6 months. So you can stay in the Philippines. You can stay in the Philippines upwards to 3 years consecutively before you have to leave the country and come back. Now, again, that's if you strictly stay on a tourist visa. If you choose to, you know, if I choose to stay longer, I have to leave the country for a day or so, and then just come back in, and I can start my visa process all over again. But that's a bit shifty for me to do that because people are gonna look at you suspect. Like, yeah, why are you coming in and out of the country? You were here for 3 years consistently, then all of a sudden you leave for 1 day and then you come back. I don't know if how they feel about us foreigners doing stuff like that, like just staying in the country, because you're just doing it on a tourist visa. So you're continuously renewing the tourist visa. Why don't you try for residency? Hell, you've already been there for 3 years. And then if you're married to a Filipina, you could actually get residency and stuff like that. So, if I'm going to stay there within that 3 years, I'm going to make sure that I'm floating onto a better visa. Although it's more expensive, I would rather do that than to have to keep leaving and coming back. That's just stupid. Fed Up says we've all made dumb mistakes. We will never talk about it, but come on, guys, vent. Thank you. Come on, man. I want you guys to be able to share in your moments. Come on, everybody got a story to share. Please, everybody got a story to share. Tell them, Fed Up. I told my story. I want you guys to tell your own. Lionel says, and Dr. Mike, can a Filipino woman you married scam you out of your pension from the military if you divorce her? You know what? No. No, 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 no. I don't believe that that's possible. I really don't. I think you have to. She can't take money from you that you are receiving from the government from an occupation or job that you held. If she was with you before you retired, before that whole pension or situation came about, I think she's entitled to some. I think, you guys have to be married for at least 10 years. But that was money, in my personal opinion. I think it goes like this. That was money that you had before you met her. That was not something that you attained while you were with her or attained while you guys were together. So that should never be anything that she should be entitled to at all because she wasn't around when you were getting it. So I do not believe that a Filipina is entitled to your pension, if push comes to shove. That's your money and it should stay your money. But don't quote me on that. Please don't. I do not believe that they are entitled to that. But if you have a property and stuff like that, you already know that she's going to be entitled to that. Anything that you have in the Philippines, yeah, no doubt. Oh yeah, man. Philly in the Philippines. I know he did a video on one. I seen it come up. I just never had a chance to watch it yet, but I'll probably check it out. Right, like Rain Man says, you can stay up to 3 years on the visa. You got to leave and then come back. Yeah. On a passport only, yes. Lionel, you can come here on a passport only. Stay for the 29 days, renew for the first month, and then renew every month for the next 3 years if you want to. That's just a tourist visa. If you don't want to get a special visa like a retirement visa or any type of visa like that, then you're gonna be able to stay up for 3 years, and then you gotta leave, and then you can come back. That's pretty much it. Larry asks, what's going on, man? He says, Dr. Mike, how are the markets treating you? Some say we are heading into a bear market with stocks selling off. There's going to be lots of blood in the streets in the months to come. I'm good, man. I did some investment earlier. I'm probably going to pull out eventually because it's just bullshit. Like I put up a couple $100, man, into some steady stocks and shit that I heard about. Just some shit that kind of just made me happy just to say that I was actually letting my money work for me, even though I'm earning peanuts. It's just fun for me. But yeah, you seen the decline, bro. The decline is bad. When you see the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ falling into a nosedive, like the way that it's been in the last couple of weeks, whew, I can only imagine some people jumping off of buildings because of it. And I'm not sure how it's going to bounce back. But yeah, the markets have been horrible in the United States over the last few months, no doubt. The bloodshed in the street, man. I'm not there. I'm not gonna be there for it. I tell you that right now. My man says to prevent leaving the country, just get an ongoing ticket. Yeah, eyes on. Everybody can get the ongoing ticket. I just think that he wants to stay in the country for the 3 years, but after that 3 years, he has to leave and then come back. So not much you could do about that. I think that's just Philippine law, unless you choose to get into like those specific visas, retirement, etc. Right, Rayman, you said it there. She has to be married to you during your service and at least 10 years while you were in service to be entitled to your pension. So your pension is safe. She is not entitled to any of that. Like I said, the properties or whatever you buy in the Philippines, that's to be determined. But as far as your pension, that's yours. Oh, and again, like Jeffrey says, I think it does matter if you marry in the United States too. If you marry in the Philippines, probably not. Oh, damn. So I guess you can get stuck. My man Fed Up said he had to pay $1,000 every month for 5 years. Whew. Okay. So, like I said, I read that wrong. I just did. Well, I think I was more so thinking about marrying in the Philippines. I don't think she's entitled to it in the Philippines. But if you marry in the United States, I guess that's just a toss up. best, best, excuse me, the best way for me to put it, that's just a toss up, man. Good luck. Jeffrey says that a pension is considered income. Doesn't matter if your employer was the government or not. Oh, shit. So she is entitled. Oh, God. Ugh. Well, guys, I guess you're not safe anymore, man. I thought your pension would be safe, guys. I'm so sorry for giving you bad information. I didn't think that they should be entitled to that, but I guess there are rules, man. Okay, so World Traveler breaks it down for me. He says, Dr. Mike, the new rule for SSS, your wife needs to live in the US for 5 years to get your pension while you are alive. The 10-year rule is no longer valid. Damn. So good luck, guys. Your pension is no longer safe. You better act like you ain't got shit and just run. That's all I'm gonna tell you. You better play broke. Yes, Larry, the Philippines does have a stock market and is the absolute most beautifulest thing in the world to get yourself involved in. Don't let me encourage you to do dumb shit. I'm sorry. But Philippine stocks are so cheap. I bought stock in LBC for 21 pesos per stock. Think about that. 21 pesos per stock in LBC. You guys know LBC, right? The transportation mail company that's international. I bought stock in that company for 21 pesos. So basically, I can throw my pocket change at Philippine stocks and I don't have to worry about it ever. It may never earn me shit, but you know what? I got money in the stock market, so I'm happy. You understand? And you can invest in Philippine stocks so cheap. Now, I don't really follow the stock market like I should, but I'm definitely looking for the next IPO, the initial public offering, for something fantastic so that I can get in it at low market value and make it work. Again, guys, I know this is off topic. I'm sorry, but let me tie it in. Be careful what you invest in, because if you make money and your Filipina divorces you, she can scam you and take your money. Okay, that's how I'm going to tie it in. Back to the topic. I wanted to get involved in Facebook, but I thought Facebook wasn't going to earn anything, but it started out at 36, maybe $38, and I think it's trading at a pretty decent profit now. So I should have invested in Facebook, but everybody was doing Facebook. But now Facebook has got too many issues, man. Too many issues. All the privacy issues, man. I think that's going to bring down the value of the stocks very soon. But yeah, Philippine Stock Exchange, 100% correct. Yes, World Traveler, tell them about it, because that's my shit right there. I love throwing my little 21 pesos at some stocks in LBC. I don't know how much it's worth now, bro. I really don't. But I like it. It was fun. You know, it's just entertaining. And if I lose, I'm not losing that much money. It's like I bought like, is it 1,000 shares? Yeah, whatever. I spent about 21,000 pesos. About 1,000 shares at 21 pesos a piece. So at least if it does gain something, I'm making something off of it. That's what I did. So yeah, interesting shit. But be careful what you invest in. You don't want your Filipino to take it from you. Okay, that's how I'm just gonna tie it in so that it doesn't seem like I'm too off topic. All right. Lionel Sanders says, Dr. Mike, I visited the Philippines with while I was in the military, but I haven't been as a civilian, and I am currently waiting for my passport now. What am I to expect, and how long can I stay just on the passport? Like Rain Man says, up to 3 years. Up to 3 years renewable, and you got to leave. Yep. You could just renew it every month, or like I say, you can renew it on your third time 6 months. Every 6 months after that, it'll cost you probably about $300 or so for a 6 month extension, but at least you can stay. So that's pretty much how it goes. I hope that we answered your question. If you're lost on something, please let me know. Jeffrey G says the pension stuff depends on the state under which you got married in regards to military. Okay, so that's what it depends on. Okay, because I was a little bit confused. I was like, man, that shit seems a bit shifty that your chick can take your money. I just don't feel like that's right. And she wasn't around when you were serving. Just didn't feel like that was right. Well, I wasn't talking about that LBC Rain Man, but thank you for making me laugh, man. Deadly Mist in the building. What's going on, family? Appreciate you coming through and showing some love to the good doctor today. Appreciate you spending some time with the family, man. Good to see you here. We're just talking about how I once got scammed by Filipina and how it almost made me resent a whole bunch of chicks forever because of a mistake that I made, but blamed it on other girls and stuff like that. So yeah, that's kind of what we were talking about. Then we started talking about stock exchange, and then we started talking about pensions, and then we just all over the place. And I don't like doing that, guys. I don't like getting off topic, but we can find a way to tie it in one way or another. Okay. We'll figure it out. Facebook is down in stocks big time, lost 15% on Friday. That's what I thought. Like I said, with the issues that Facebook is going through right now, I'm not sure that they're going to bounce back from that. I don't even know how we got to talking about stocks and stuff like that, because I am not a stock market wizard whatsoever. But I find it entertaining for entertainment purposes, and just seeing if there's any possible way that I could get into something that could possibly blow up. Facebook was once fun until paid trolls ruined it. It sucks. Noel, appreciate you coming through, man. I don't know if I've ever seen you in a chat before, but if this is your first time on the Dr. Mike TV channel, please welcome yourself to the family, my dude. Thank you very much for being here. And also the other 30 to 31 individuals that are watching right now. Guys, make sure you get those likes up on this video, man. I need to get those likes up. I need to know that you like me. Shit. You can't just come in here and not like you, boy. Rayman says Facebook feels like it's going the way of MySpace and Friendster. Don't you dare talk about Friendster. I had a Friendster account when I first got to the Philippines, and I love Friendster, man. Don't you dare talk about Friendster. That was the way that we used to get it in back in the day. Don't talk about Friendster. Friendster brings back some nostalgic moments. I tell you that right now. Eyes On believes that waste management is a good thing to invest in now. And he says the reason why people ask is because because there will always be garbage and water. Yeah, that's true. You can't really get rid of none of that shit. Fed Up says they start to question your passport because of all the visa stamps. Best to get a retirement visa if you can. Yeah, I'm starting to see if you start getting too many stamps in there, Filipinos are already suspicious of us foreigners already. We just got to make sure that we are not going to put ourselves in any trouble or give them a reason to look at us any kind of way and deny us entry into the country. That's the way that we're going to do it. Pedro, what's going on, family? Appreciate you coming through, showing love from Canada, my dude. Shout out to the T Dot. Toronto, where you from, my dude. Appreciate you spending some time. Yeah, you can catch the replay on this one, man. Or you can just listen in from this particular moment, and then you can find out how we got to this point if you ever catch the playback on it. Fed Up believes that Facebook is for losers now. I still use Facebook, so I don't think I'm a loser. And Filipinas still use Facebook, and they're not losers either. So, yeah, most of them are getting on Instagram now, though, but yeah, Facebook is not for losers, people. Thank you. Deadly Miss says, thank you, sir. This is for me. Then I'm serious. I'm in a serious relationship with my girl, and I need to know the best ways to protect my wealth. To protect your wealth, most people will say get a prenuptial agreement, but sometimes that's not always honored. In my personal opinion, you need to put your money in a place where she doesn't even know you have it. She shouldn't know how much you're worth now, but let's say, for example, you do get together, you're together for a significant amount of time, you find out it doesn't work, and then you guys get a divorce. I would say if you have somebody that you trust to put a little bit of assets in their name, I would do that. You know, if you got a brother or a family member that you know you can trust, and you could just put like some money into their bank account so it don't look like it's yours, that's the best way I would do it. Like, I got family like that I trust. That's why I say that. But I know it can be very hard to trust people with your money. Trust me. I've had money issues in the past before. But if you want to protect your wealth, you know how they say put that shit in offshore bank accounts. Yeah, that's only in the movies, and it depends on how wealthy you actually are. But I would put my money into somebody else's name, or put some assets that I have into somebody else's name, but only if this is somebody that you can actually trust. Trust me, I believe that's the best way to go. Like, for me, let's say, for example, I got married. Let's say, for example, I had a great relationship. Let's say it doesn't work out. This is just a quick example, and we get divorced. I'm putting my assets in my mom's name. I'm putting my assets in my grandmother's name. That way, it don't look like I have it. It's not mine on paper. You feel me? It's mine, but it's just not mine on paper. So if you're going to protect yourself, find somebody to put assets, find names to put assets into if you trust it, or you should create what I would like to call an LLC, a limited liability corporation. Don't know whose name you would put on it, but I would put your assets into something like that. That way, it's not your assets in particular, it's the business assets. So it's not in your name, it's in the business name. So I've seen people put cars in their business name. I've seen people put houses and lots and properties into their business name. And, when the business is quote unquote owned by multiple people, you're not entitled to those assets by themselves. So it may be harder for people to be able to touch your shit. So that's the way that I would try to protect my wealth. Just a quick FYI. Don't know if that was helpful or not. Yeah, you're right, Rain, man. There's always new social media platforms that will come out. Lionel, appreciate you appreciating the advice, man. Boy, Friendster was that shit, man. Don't you talk about Friendster. I love Friendster, man. That shit was weird. Talking about it now is weird as hell, but yeah, talking about it now is weird, but I love me some Friendster, man. No doubt. I know, Fed Up, you're not calling me a loser, man, but I think Facebook is for everybody. We should start our own social media platform. I think we can make some money. I need to talk to my man, World Traveler, man. Let's see if we could come up with a social media platform. I don't know. We can make up our own forum too. I think that would be cool. My man, World Traveler, believes that, to protect your wealth, keep it in the U.S. in a living trust. There you go. I mean, yeah, that sounds about right too. You're good, Fed Up. I know what you meant, man. Lionel, I appreciate you appreciating the channel, man. I mean, this shit is fun for me. You guys don't know. I do this shit for fun. Basically, I do it for free. So if I come on here and talk to you guys, hey, I'm doing it because I love it. And I'm doing it because I want you guys to get some help. I want you guys to be able to get something out of it. Like I said, anybody who can come to the channel and get something out of it, that's all I care about. My man Cam Y in the building. What's going on, family? Appreciate you showing some love, dude. I don't know if you're new to the channel, but welcome yourself here, man. You are very welcome to the chat, man. Welcome yourself to the family, man. And I hope to catch you guys on the next one. Again, I don't know if this is your first time on it, but I'm glad that you guys are here. And I'm definitely glad that you guys come through and spend some time with the good doctor today. Yes, of course, I know you're not calling me a loser, man. It's fine. You're good, man. I was just fucking around with you. I was giving you a hard time because I felt like it. You're good. Cam, do you think 1,000 US dollar per month is enough? Yes, it is enough for you to be able to live decent in the Philippines. I promise you that. $1,000 a month is about 40 or 50,000 pesos. You can probably find you a nice little apartment for a good 10,000, maybe 15, and then the rest of that you can spend on, your internet and stuff like that. You'll definitely be able to make moves with $1,000 a month, as long as that $1,000 a month is consistent and you take time to put away some money. That's what I always encourage foreigners to do when they go to the Philippines. 1,000 is good enough for you to live off of, but you got to be able to have a personal stash to make sure that you don't go broke, because it is very likely that people go broke in the Philippines. And the reason that they go broke in the Philippines is because they're not taking time to put money away. So out of that 1,000, don't go crazy and spend it all at once. Find a way to put some money aside. Definitely make sure you do that. I would say put away 5 to 10K a month just to put it away so that you're not touching it. But yeah, that's definitely what I would do. But Cam, you can definitely live a decent life in the Philippines. You're not going to be able to do anything extravagant all the time, but you could definitely put yourself in a comfortable situation. My man, World Traveler believes 1,500 to 2K. That sounds about right too. I think 1K you can do it, but you got to make sure that you stretch it. That's the best way for me to say it. So I'm just saying it is possible. Eyes On says an LLC is a very good way to keep your money safe. There you go. Always put your money in a limited liability corporation. I promise you, if you want to protect your assets, put your money in an LLC, limited liability corporation. You know what the words limited liability means? That means your liabilities are limited, for lack of a better term. So you're protecting yourself and you're not going to be responsible for a lot of things in the long run. Like I said, I would put every single asset that I have, anything worth money, in my LLC. My car is my LLC. That's my business. My houses, my assets, whatever you have to your name. I don't have a lot to my name because Dr. Mike is broke as fuck. But if you guys have anything worth holding on to, definitely make sure you put it in your LLC. All right. I need to get my LLC taken care of with the quickness. Dr. Mike been slacking on his pimping. I've been spending too much time in the Philippines enjoying life. But yeah, he gonna get back on the grind for sure. Cam Wise says, new to the channel and have been binging on the videos, man. I appreciate you taking time to, listen to Dr. Mike. Dr. Mike be in his own shit sometimes, but I'm glad that you are spending some time here with the family, man. And I do go live quite often nowadays. So appreciate you coming through, man. I hope to catch you on the upcoming streams to come. And I hopefully catch you commenting on the videos that are to come. We got some good videos coming up this week, guys. I've already got my scheduled listings good to go. So hope you guys stay tuned. Again, we post Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Live streams are sporadic throughout the week. We definitely put up notifications so that you guys can make sure you know that I'm coming on. I don't want to just show up and then you guys catch it late. So I like to make sure I post within 2 or 3 hours in advance that yours truly is coming on so that you get that 30-minute notification before I go live and you guys can definitely be in the building waiting for a good fucking show, or at least to be able to participate in a hell of a good chat, even if you're not here for the show. Fed Up believes that you do have to be frugal with the $1,000 a month. Yeah, you're going to have to stretch it a little bit, but it can work. I'll tell you that. It is possible. Noel says, yeah, like what Bruce Wayne did before he became the Batman. He had Alfred protect his wealth, but not all of us can find someone like Alfred. Yeah, we don't all have an Alfred. I think my mom would be Alfred or my grandma would be my Alfred. I would put all my assets in their names. If I don't have the LLC, like I told you, man, that's who's going to take care of my shit. And I trust them. They're not going to take my money. They know better. They would never do your boy like that. So I have people that I trust. If you've got to have some people that you trust to cover you so that you're not going to get scammed out of your money when you get married. All right. So my man Cam says that he's burnt out with work and he's looking to go live anywhere, somewhere cheap for at least a year or two. You can do very well as long as you can consistently bring in 1,000 US dollars a month consistently. Like, I don't want you to say one moment you got 1,000 and then the next moment you got 500. No, I need you to bring in that 1,000 consistently, in a blink of an eye. As long as you can do that, you can live a pretty decent life. The only biggest expense that you'll come up to, honestly, is your housing expense. Depending on how you can live, if you need that fan or if you need that air con, that'll definitely play a factor into the types of spaces you choose to live in and how much you'll pay. Electric bill and stuff like that. Like I said, your main focus is when it comes to that is your rent. Hopefully your rent can cover both your electric and all of the above, all inclusive, hopefully. But if it doesn't, you have your rent, your water, your electric. Keep those very, minimum, probably within about 10K. And then you just got to be careful with what you choose to spend on. A lot of guys like to go crazy, and that doesn't necessarily always end well. So you just got to make sure that you keep yourself within that budget. I don't want you to stress yourself out budgeting, but I definitely want you to be careful. That's all I can say. But you can definitely do well in the Philippines as long as you be careful, and it definitely does depend on the area in which you choose to live in. That's very important because you're gonna find prices are higher in more city areas than they are, of course, in the rural areas like the province, so they say. My man Fed Up says you gotta always have a rainy day fund in the Philippines. Yes, sir. You need it for visas and medical all day long. You need to make sure you have that rainy day fund. You need to make sure that hello? Bet. Shit. I'm here, guys. My bad. Shit's fucked up. Sorry, guys. Oh my god. I'm here, guys. I'm sorry. I check my shit. I'm back. Told you, man, that mic tripped out on me. Well, Deadly Miss, I'm glad that my shit was helpful for you, man. I'm sorry. All right. Let me get back to the comments. I'm sorry. Yeah, Cam, like we were saying, my brother, 1,000 to be good for you. Gotta have the rainy day fund. My man Smooth Riffs in the building. What's going on, man? He says, hey, what's good, Dr. Mike? He said it's always good to be here, soaking up some knowledge, man. Glad to have you in the building, man. I'm sorry that I had to cut out, man. I think my mic just got disconnected because my internet was fine, guys. Fuck. Shit happens. Every time I get it in, man, it's always going to be something. But this time, thank God, it wasn't the internet, so you guys won't be clowning me too much. He said, we'll never put my money in a foreign bank. Fed Up, I got a video for you, man. Wait for my Friday video, man. That's gonna put you guys on some real shit. Well, eyes on, congratulations on your $10 on the Powerball. I ain't win shit. Hey, what's going on, Raheem, man? Appreciate you coming through and showing some love, man. That's what's up. He said the only banks I trust in the Philippines are Metro, BPI, BDO, and East West. But only put what you need in the Philippines. Yes, never put more than you need in the Philippines, guys. Trust me. I'm sorry for man, I hate when my shit goes out. Hi Liz, how are you? You are the best in attendance whenever I can get you on here. But thank you for coming through. Yeah, Dr. Mike is here. I'm still here, man. It's just fuck. It's not the internet, guys. I'm sorry. Not this time. It was the microphone. It sucks, man. You said I'm proofreading. No, I'm not. Nah, we here. We here. Dr. Mike is still alive, guys. Lionel says, Dr. Mike, I'm going to have at least 1,500 a month. How will I do in the Philippines? Because I most definitely want a security guard where I live. Well, I know that there are condo rental places that you can get for about 15, but then there are some that may be 25. Now, what I will tell you is this. It does depend on the area in which you live in. Again, you may have a condo size that is the exact same in one area that it is in the other, but because that one area is really city and there's a lot going on and there's a lot around, that may cost you 10,000 pesos more than the one that is just barely outside of the city with very little going on, but you're probably 10 to 20 minutes away from the city life. So you have to make sure you take all of that into consideration. A lot of people don't know this. You can get the same condo at the same time, at the same size, studio or whatever, but pay two different prices because you're in two different areas. You may be 5 or 10 minutes away from the city in one that could save you 10 to 20,000 pesos. So yes, you will do very well. But like I said, man, finding a place to stay is very pertinent. I prefer apartments, condominiums. They come with extra perks, but it can definitely be cost. Definitely cost you something. So yeah, just got to be careful with that one. That's all I would say. But 1,500 will definitely do you well. I want you to understand that 1,500 is actually very good. Very, very good. All right, we're back. Yes, Liz, you got to make sure you guys hit that like button, man. Fed up, your head will never be shinier than mine. I'm sorry, I had the my screen on my computer, it was tilted up, so that's why you saw the top of my head. But don't be hating, man. This head right here has gotten a lot of females, so don't fuck with me. I'm telling you. You know how many girls just walk up to me and talk about how they want to rub my head? Too many. All right, that shit get my ass in trouble right now, but I'm gonna keep it to myself. Tell my girlfriend I love her if you see her. But yeah, you don't want to see the top of my shiny head. That's why I turned the camera off. Ah, man. But yes, we are here. Liz is definitely back. Let's make sure we show her some love. My man Fed Up says it seems like the ATMs are having a lot of problems here. Oh yeah, man, they're often offline. It is very often that you will find your ATM offline, and it will encourage you to use other ATMs, which charge a fee of 10 big pesos. Oh my God, I can't deal with that. Can't deal with that. Eyes On recommends you guys talking to Purple Shadow if you want a good condo. Maybe she knows where she could, maybe she could hook you up. Fed Up, man. You might think you got it better than me, and you just might, but I'm telling you, man, Dr. Mike got that smooth head, bruh. I'm telling you, man, my shit's smoother than a baby's ass on some real shit. Y'all don't know that. I put baby oil on that shit and make sure it stays clean every day. You see me when I be walking outside and my head be shining and shit. Come on, man. You that's one thing that most people can't touch when it comes to Dr. Mike, man. This head game is for real. I don't play with my shit. You said Mike and Bruce have the same barber. Shout out to Bruce. You're right, Rain Man. I am alopecia smooth, man. You know it. I'm telling you. Many of you guys know this. I've said this in videos before. I'll say it again. I did have alopecia when I was 6 years old. Since that time, my hair has never grown back. So I'm telling you, if you don't know this shit, Dr. Mike hair is smoother than the baby's ass, boy. I'm telling you, that shit is just. I have no hair on here. I mean, it'd be hard pressed to find somebody who can get it closer to me. Not naturally, but I love you guys, man. It's good to kick it with you and joke around with you guys, no doubt. And Liz, man, Liz has the hookup, man, if you guys want condos too. So definitely make sure you reach out to Liz because she knows people. I say y'all ask her more than you ask me because, see, but that's the thing, though. It does depend on if you're looking for condos or apartments. When it comes to apartments, you got to actually get out there and find those unless you know somebody who has an apartment that you trust to rent it out to you. So, you definitely got to make sure You guys keep it real. But yes, the vibe on the channel is definitely popping. You guys know me. I have too much fun with y'all. But I'm telling you, man, y'all trying to y'all think y'all got it on me. But that's one thing I do not shy away from, man. The smooth head game is insane over here, man. I can't if you touch it, you be like, this shit is not real. It's weird. But yeah, it's the shit for real. You're right. Robust, you are 100% correct. He says I'm like a prepubescent teen. Yes, I'm virtually hairless all over my body, and that's just fucked up to say, but it's real. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. There's nothing you can do about it. Yo, Rahid, hit me up in the email, brother, and I'll have you on sometime this week. I will put you on. I'm gonna give you my email right now, and I think we can definitely get you on, man. That's the plan. So email me right there. I put it in my Dr. Mike exclusive thing because that's the one that I have open, guys. I'm sorry. But yeah, man, reach out to me in email and we'll try to set one up for later on this week. I think I need to put on another guest. It's about time for a new one-on-one. So I'll put you on, family. Mike don't do no wigs, man. Fuck that. I'm happy with my shit. But if you need one, I know I got the hookup too. But there is no such thing as a free sack of rice with me. No. Dr. Mike don't do no free sack of rice. It's too expensive. So explain to me why Gogo is trending, man. Tell me why he is trending nowadays. What did Gogo do this time that has people in their feelings? My man Malcolm in the building. What's going on, family? Appreciate you coming through, my brother. Just having some fun, man. We are definitely having the best time over here forever and a day, man. Definitely right, Liz. Hashtag Team Davao on this bitch. I'm kind of tired of talking about how I got scammed. I mean, shit, I can only talk about that so much. You know how I try not to get off topic, but fuck it, man. I'm done. I'm tired of trying to relive that and trying to tie it into what we got going on. I think if you guys have any questions about the topic, you'll just ask me and I'll go back to it. But right now, we're just gonna read comments. We're gonna enjoy the vibe and have some fun here. Rahid has too negative of a view of the Philippines and women. I know. And that right there is why, I'll give everybody a fair shake. I agree with that. I give everybody a fair chance. I don't want him to be too negative. But again, maybe if he shares his story and we understand where he's coming from, maybe that could help change the mindset in a little bit. I don't know. Anything's possible. So we'll see what we can do. But Rain, man, I feel you, man. I don't like a lot of negativity, so we're gonna try to keep it as as trill as we can. But we're definitely gonna be able to share in some stories, and that's kind of how we like to do over here. Like I said, one stream at a time, man. We here to change the world. Yeah, Malcolm. They said that Go-Go was trending, so I'm trying to figure out what happened. What did he do? What did the man do? My man Malcolm says that he was scammed by a Puerto Rican chick in a malicious way. Again, these scams are not necessarily limited to Filipinas at all. This could happen to any one of us. I tell you right now. So get right and understand that this shit's for real. Fed up, you said you use rice as a good moisturizer on your dome. See, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Fed up, because I don't know if we have the same melanin, aka I'm not sure if we're the exact same color, but what works best for me is cocoa butter and baby oil. That shit right there makes the head shine and gleam the way that it's supposed to be for me. Maybe different for you, but for me, that's kind of how it works. My man 010 in the building. What's going on, family? Appreciate you showing some love to the good doctor today. And of course, the family. He says, I actually had a lot of Filipinos try to scam me online, being honest. And you're not the only one. But if you've never fallen for those scams, I congratulate you. Personally, if you guys go back to the beginning, of this particular live stream, I shared my story. I talked about how I got caught up in a situation with a young lady and I was sending money and it ended up bad. And the last thing that I wanted to do, what the hell, man? But anyways, like I was saying, man, I was reading some messages. Yeah, I was talking about how I got into a situation with a young lady before, and the shit just ended up bad. That's all. And that was the way that it was. Yeah, baby. I mean, cocoa oil works too, man. I'm just a baby oil type of dude. Actually, baby oil make your head a little slick, man. Sometimes I don't like using it, but I'll use cocoa butter all day long, man. Ah, okay. He said he get that redhead because the sun. I try not to stay in the sun too much, or I wear hats, man. I gotta wear hats when I go out because I ain't trying to get my shit fucked up. Even though it may not show sunburned or anything like that, but I'm not taking no chances. So yeah. So Rain Man, so that's what the trend is all about. Okay. That's what it is. But I see we got 27 watching, guys. Man, I appreciate all of you guys coming through and spending some time with the good doctor today. I'm trying not to be too redundant. I'm trying not to drag this on too long because I know people probably have things to do. And even if you don't have things to do, I don't want to just be talking about repetitive shit. So, with that being said, I think that we are going to cut the stream. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. Yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and call it a day, guys. But you know what Dr. Mike does every single time he goes live. Okay. I gotta shout out every single last one of you lovely, lovely people that have come through and shown some love in the chat. So you know I'm gonna do it, guys. And you guys can feel free to stay around and catch your shout out. Hold on, you guys aren't ready for me to leave yet. He says, wear a good hat, keep your dome safe. Yes, always wearing a hat, bruh. I can't go anywhere without my hats. I mean, every now and again with the videos and stuff, I'm in shaded areas, so I'm not really too concerned about my head. But yeah, I do need to start wearing hats very, very soon. Liz, you're right. The best thing we can do is run. I mean, we definitely want to make sure that we stay out of that. But Malcolm says, even though he was scammed, he said he wouldn't resent a culture as a whole if I was scammed by just one. Yeah, I know. And I'm just saying, though, that's what I think is happening to a lot of people, man. They're resenting the culture. They're resenting the people, even though it was only one person that got at them, you know? And I think that that was the emotions that I was going to, man. That was what I was going through. But yeah, man, I like I said, man, I hate to go, but I feel like I don't want to make this redundant, and I sure as hell don't want to stay on too long. You know, your boy got things that he's got to do, and I know everybody's got things they need to do. Official time check is about 10:13 in the PM over here on the East Coast. You know, Central about 9, West Coast about 7, Philippines 10:30 in the AM. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys do your thing, but you will not get out of here safely without getting your own shout out. Okay. Fed up. Appreciate you coming through, man. Lionel and Sanders. Why was I about to call him Lionel? I was about to call you Anders. I'm sorry. Lionel Sanders. Appreciate you coming through and showing some love, my dude. Liz, it's always good to have you back, young lady. It is definitely a good moment when I can make sure that you are best in attendance and I could call you out for it. My man Malcolm MJ being a place to be. Appreciate you coming through and showing some love. Y'all make sure y'all check out the 90 Day Fiance courtesy of my man's channel and shit. He definitely got some 90 Day Fiance drama for that ass. Rain Man, as always, brother, I appreciate you coming through and spending some time. It's always good to have you on, man. Jokes and all, man. I definitely appreciate you, and I want you to understand that 010. Thank you for coming through and showing some love. I think we've all been scammed or at least attempted to be scammed by a Filipina in one way or another. So thank you for sharing, and I hope that you were able to get through those situations unscathed. Best way to put it. Unscathed? Is that the best way to put it? Rahid, man, I appreciate you coming through, family, showing some love to you, my brother. Eyes on, as always, family, man. I appreciate you showing some love to the family. And I don't know if me and Bruce got the same barber. I don't know, bro. I think I keep mine just a little bit smoother, but I'm just saying there's one thing I take very serious, and that's head care products. I'm not talking about hair care because I ain't got none, but I got some head care products that I make sure I keep my shit on point. Cam Y, appreciate you coming through and showing some love, man. Welcome yourself to the channel, my brother. And I hope that you enjoy the content from this point on, all of the content before and all of the content that will come after. Appreciate you, my brother, and I hope that you learned a little bit of something. My man, world traveler, Mr. BGC himself, Mike check 1 2 1 2. Appreciate you, my brother. As always, I need to bring you on. We got that financial video that we got to put together, that financial live stream. You know, how to break bread with Filipinos in the Philippines, man. That'll be a great live stream, and I know that you'll definitely be able to provide some good insight. So we're definitely going to try to bring that one this week. Just got to make sure that everybody is free. Smooth riffs. Appreciate you coming through and showing your love, my brother. And I'm glad that something that I say in one way, shape, or form is definitely knowledgeable to my people. Noel, appreciate you coming through, family. If this is your first time, I'm not sure, but thank you for coming through and showing some love and welcome yourself to the family officially. As always, deadly miss, man. Don't you dare forget yourself, man. Think about that LLC, like I told you, and I definitely hope that that's helpful for you. Appreciate you coming through, showing your love and spending some time. Dr. Mike is definitely here for you, and I appreciate you. Anytime you need your brother, just reach out, man. I'll make sure that I try to get back to you as soon as I possibly can. My man Pedro representing that T-Dot coming from Canada. Appreciate you showing some love, my brother. Hope you do catch your name on the playback. Definitely anybody who watches the playback, make sure you keep the live chat open because I definitely want to make sure that you guys get your shout out. All right. Or definitely make sure you can keep up with the chat. That's very important to me. Larry S, as always, I appreciate you. Let's make sure, the whole stock market situation we were talking about, that was very interesting. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. It definitely made me happy to be able to talk about certain things. Jeffrey G, thank you for coming through and showing some love, my brother, as always. BK, man, as always, my brother, appreciate you coming through and showing some love. We ain't done yet, guys. Give me a minute. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. If I miss your name, make sure you leave it at the bottom so I can make sure that I show you some love before I check out. Gun Term 2009, man. Appreciate you coming through and showing some love. My brother Elijah Robertson, thank you for sharing your story, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, and I thank you for sharing the story of somebody else, I believe. A story that you heard about the girl, the Filipina still in the apartment from the boyfriend. I appreciate that, man. This is the type of shit that we need. This is the type of shit that's therapeutic to us as a group of individuals, man. Got to get it off your chest sometimes. Andy the Virgo, appreciate you. My master Tony, One Black Man's Journey in the Philippines. Appreciate you coming through, man. Showing a little bit of love. My man Fives was here earlier. Thank you. Asiana Travel Vlog. Thank you for coming through and showing some love, man. And definitely, I'm going to check out some of your updated videos. Just haven't been around on a lot of YouTube as of late. Just been doing my whole thing. Van Turner, man, welcome yourself to the family, man. I appreciate you coming through and spending some time with the good doctor and affiliates today. And I'm almost there, guys. Don't worry about it. I'm going to make sure everybody get this love. I had 3 different Bobo Coco Popos in this building today. But all of you, I appreciate you as well. Quentin Willis, appreciate you coming through. My man Jerry from Philippines Bound. Thank you, Mr. Lowland Prophets yourself. Appreciate you coming through and pointing out the fact that Scorpio shit is legit shit. You know how I do, man. Scorpio for life. Trusty Shellback, thank you very much, my brother, for showing some love. Definitely making sure us men keep from simping, even though simping is just something that is easy to do. They say pimping ain't easy, but simping sure is. Food for thought. Dame Be Cool, appreciate you coming through and showing some love, man. Purple Butterfly, as always, thank you for coming through, and you definitely provided some information here in the chat that I do believe was very, very helpful and very, very enlightening. Number one, you did say one thing that I do believe is 100% fact. If we get scammed, it's our fault. You allow whatever you want to allow to happen, and you can only blame yourself, not the female. And that was just the gist of what you said. It wasn't exactly verbatim, but yeah, I do appreciate what you had to say about the particular topic today. Mr. MD, thank you. I know you checked out, but I want to make sure you get your shout out. Miss Christine, the young lady that refers to herself as Cheesy Toenail. Don't understand why, but we love you as well, and thank you for coming through and showing some love. I'm gonna get through all of y'all. Y'all think I'm playing? I will run through this whole damn list until I shout out everybody because I want you to know that you are loved over here. All right. I don't know too many people that come through and do this shit, but I'm gonna do it until my channel gets too big and I can't really go back and check everybody. We're gonna do this every single day. Joshua, man, I appreciate you coming through, my brother. Tim H, thank you very much for showing some love. You always come through, man, and I'm glad that I get a chance to catch you on. I may not be able to keep you on, but I'm glad that you definitely come through and spend some time. Mr. Wonderful, thank you very much for showing some love. Gene Diggs, man, I appreciate you coming through, man, and sharing your story and everything. got taken for 350. That sucks ass. But you know, like I said, and like you guys have always told me, it's live and learn, man. We just can't sit there and shit on ourselves because we allow something as minute as a simple mistake to happen. So yes, touche. Thank you for sharing. My man E Styles 1967. I saw your comment, man. But thank you for coming through and showing some love. Yeah, I got fucked over. It ain't the end of the world. Mr. Anti-Gravity himself, thank you for showing some love, man. Shit does definitely happen, but you know, hey, it's a live and learn for all of us. SML, thank you for coming through and showing some love. Mr. Captain Spalding himself, thank you, my brother, for spending some time with the good doctor, even if it was a little bit. Fred Funky Town came through. Thank you. As always, I think I touched them all, guys. That is it. I done officially touched all of y'all in the most inappropriate way humanly possible. I've officially touched every last one of y'all. All right. Now, with that being said, I think we came to the end of a hell of a good live stream. Definitely hope that you guys caught something from it. I hope that you guys had some fun here. We live, we laugh, we love. Laughter is definitely the best medicine. And that is something that we do a lot of over here, man. You know, I hate to go line now, but I got to go ahead and shut it down so that you guys can go on about your lives. We could be here for 8 hours. I wonder if I could keep people. I could wonder if I can keep a consistent 20 people on my live stream for 8 hours. I would never go 8 hours, guys. That's just a waste of time for me. And I know that you guys have lives, so I don't want to take up too much more of your time. But we all get scammed, like you said, fed up. It is good. Drink a beer for me, everyone. Yes, I'm definitely gonna have me a beer, but I gotta wait for my birthday. I only drink on special occasions, guys. Liz says, if the question options answer is yes or no, what is your answer? I guess I should say no, right? All right, Smooth Wrist says yes, use that March. He said Mach 3 on your dome. Oh yeah, man. I keep my shit smooth, man. They don't know. I'm good. I know what I'm doing. Rain Man, don't talk about Doodle Brown. That was my dance back in the day, man. All right, guys, I'm about to read the rest of these comments, and then I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. Lionel Sanders, man, I appreciate you, man. You know your donation will definitely be going to the BOOTYLOO Investment Fund. It's not going anywhere, but I thank you for showing some love, man. I'm just glad that I was happy that I could help you in any way, shape, or form. If you ever need anything, like I said, man, that's why the chat is open, and that's why you guys have my email. So please feel free to show some love to the channel. Dr. Mike will never go anywhere. All right. I think we're good to go. Last comments. Malcolm says more for educational purpose, bruh. Yeah, I know, but I love the 90 Day Fiance shit that y'all be making. Y'all be making me watch that shit. You know, and damn well I don't care about none of that shit. But yeah, I'm good. I'm glad that you guys are having fun, man. Bet. Carrie Lionel. Okay, your name is Carrie Lionel Sanders. You tell me what you want me to call you, my brother, and that'll be the name that I call you when you come through. My man Tay, hey, what's going on, family? Appreciate you coming through. Hashtag Team Dr. Mike. Hashtag Team Davo. I know you're a Sabu guy, but it's all right. You get love from me as always. All right. Team BOOTYLOO. You gotta represent for HT, don't you? All right. We get showing love to the homie HD, man. HT. Why I call him HD? HT. Chrome Domes rule, man. I'm telling you, bald is in, man. I don't care about dreads. I don't care about none of that shit. Bald is in. Pedro talking about that hashtag no sleep, man. We go hard for this bitch, and I go hard for my channel, man. I definitely go hard for my channel. All right. Check my sorry store online. I don't think they're gonna find it, but I got some videos coming up where I'm just chilling. So my man Fed Up thinks that it's a good idea to talk about, you know, dental in the Philippines. I'm not sure if I can stretch that into an entire live stream or if I should do that in a video, but we'll see what we can do with that. We'll definitely see if I can bring that up as a topic. We're definitely going to get that. I do, man. World Traveler, I touched everybody in the most inappropriate way, man. I feel like I'm about to get school. I feel like I'm about to get sued. But yes, Robust has made me very, very emotional and very, very sensitive. All right, guys, I think we're good. All right. All right, guys. Okay, well, I see a lot of people are definitely interested in the dental topic. Maybe we'll try to smash that one out this week. We'll see what we can do, guys. You understand? I do this for you guys. And if you feel like this is an interesting topic for everybody to get involved in, not sure how we can talk about teeth for hours on end, but we'll definitely make sure that we put it in and get it down. All right. And with that being said, I said goodbye to everybody. Stay blessed, everybody. Hope you guys enjoy your day. And with that, you know how Dr. Mike ends the channel. Ends the show every single time, even on his videos. Dr. Mike is officially out. At least Nicole. Paalam, which means I am going now. Bye-bye. As always, I love you guys. Mahal kita. Mabuhay. Peace.